Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back to another video for you guys today. We're going to be here reviewing Tottenham getting put in a pack as per usual. Chelsea went to White Hart Lane, turned it into 3-point lane the same way we did in the past, the same way we're doing now. Brilliant tactics and game management from Thomas Tuchel, as per usual, made the difference between the two managers. And it was another game of two halves where in the first half it did feel like a little bit of a stalemate. We weren't really creating as much chances. We were struggling to break Spurs down. And when we did, we were struggling to find the final pass through into the middle. But as soon as N'Golo Kante came on, everything changed. We started having Marcos Alonso take charge of the corners, and that bred the first and the third goals as well. We started dominating on the counter a lot more. We started creating a lot more chances. And also in the case of Spurs, they just run out of gas. We had much better stamina than them the first half. We controlled the midfield as well. Spurs dominated in the breakaways in a decent amount, but our defense was just impenetrable. We controlled them the same way we always did. But we are going to get into every aspect of the Spurs-Chelsea game. Come on, guys. It's not Champions League night just yet. Fucking hell.
That's
Who
my.
even was...
This is my text message sound.
Fuck's sake, man. But yes, we're going to delve into everything involving Tottenham versus Chelsea, all the major talking points of the game. So, guys, get involved. As always, smash the like and subscribe button on your way in. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. Josh, what are you telling me, man? What's the last 48 hours been for you, bro?
Yeah, man, it's been great. Yeah, just always great to beat Tottenham, especially at their home. I guess I owe Marcos Alonso a little bit of an apology. He was really good yesterday. I'm in the mud on that. I still won't be convinced that he's better than Chilwell, but I think yesterday he was very, very good, very dangerous. So I do owe him a bit of an apology. But yeah, no, it was a really, really solid second half. First half, just it is what it is. We toss it in the waste bin. But second half, really good performance from all the boys. Great to see N'Golo back on the pitch. The man is just. I know we don't underrate him or undervalue him, but it can't be said enough how good he is. And what an amazing performance from Thiago Silva. Ageless, timeless, like a fine wine.
Unbelievable, man.
The guy's, he'll be 37 in 2 days. The guy's just a brilliant player. It can't be stated enough. But yeah, it was great. It was always nice to get the 3 points, top of the table.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying as well about Marcos Alonso, and I understand. Like, I completely understand. My thing was that Derby days, this guy always just turns up, and he turns up yet again. But in this form as well, I just don't really know how Ben Chilwell gets back into the side. Like, I do agree that in terms of quality, he is up there, and I think he's much better than Marcos Alonso is. But the form that Alonso's in, you just can't drop him. And it would be bad for confidence and would be a bad look for the rest of the dressing room as well. So I kind of understand that. Big up Wayne saying, fatter out. No, honestly, congratulations to you, bro. Good to see you do well. Big up the panel like always. I want to talk about Mason Mount today. Don't worry, we will be getting to Mason Mount. We always end up doing that. But jump on whenever you're ready. I know you're heading back home. I hope everything's good with your family as well. But we'll see you on in a few minutes. Jesters, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. You know, watched another Tuchel masterclass. Of course, the aftermath of that is you have to deal with a bunch of nonsense who think they know football, and when they open their mouth, just dumb falls out. So, yeah, it's a double-edged sword because when you have an agenda and your agenda gets mudded, you go down with the ship. It's a horrible look. But the team played fantastic. You're looking at probably, I know it's early to say this, but I think this team could end up being the best Chelsea team ever, from manager on down. They are by far they've exceeded my expectations so far, depending going on the games we've played. But it's I can't even be any happier than I am already about it. I think we're looking at some history already.
Yeah, I can't lie. It's very early into the season, so I don't want to say it too soon. But with the way that we've been playing, how dominant we look defensively, the fact that we can start games poorly and then just turn it on its head in the second half, just with the right tactical substitutions and the right changes in the way that we play. There's no reason not to think that right now, but I'm just going to hold my reservations until we get midway through the season. But I understand everything you're saying. Matt, what are you telling me, bro? You all good?
Yeah, man, I'm pretty good, obviously. As happy as everyone here for the 3 points. Man like Kepa, you know, coming in, getting clean sheet. I'm so happy for him, you know. I hope, you know, maybe one day he can take over Mendy's spot. Maybe we'll see one day. But, you know, he's proven that he's a second goalkeeper. And I hope to see him for the Aston Villa game, man, because he's going to be keeping a clean sheet every time he's on the pitch now. Absolutely amazing keeper.
Yeah, kept a clean sheet at the very least.
Amazing keeper.
Starting over Mendy.
I was kidding, but he was absolutely outstanding last night. Honestly, you know, like we didn't just see that, you know, the normal, you know, no shots. He had so many shots on him, and he saved him. So he's proven himself that he's a second keeper. He had like 4 or 5 shots. He saved that Sun goal. He came out of the box, came out of his comfort zone. Stuff we haven't seen. You know,
the one thing I do give him credit for is coming out and collecting the ball. Like,
played a good sweeper keeper. Yeah, he did a good sweeper there.
Like it was up in the air. No. The one where it was up in the air. Normally
yeah.
Punches it, but he got injured like right after because you don't do that.
Jump. What's that? He ain't got no hops.
He wasn't used to it. So yeah, what was that? I think he got a cramp or something because he just wasn't used to.
He outstretched. He's like, yeah, I don't do this.
Scott, what are you telling me, bro? You all good?
Bro, I feel great getting the 3 points against Tottenham. Being validated is always nice as well. Can't lie. And yeah, just enjoyed the game, and I think people are touching it. I think the thing with Kepa as well, I just want to touch on is there are times in games where we look at and we're worried about Kepa starting because we're worried, he's going to make a mistake. There was no point yesterday, even when he was being put under pressure, that I thought he was going to make a mistake when he had the ball at his feet. And I think that speaks volumes. The fact that he was so under control of the ball, even when Tottenham were putting us under pressure, especially in that first half. But apart from that, I thought the game was good. The second half was definitely better. The substitution changed everything because it allowed so many things to happen. Obviously, Kante gets to the midfield, and he's one of the best, if not like the best midfielder in the league. It allowed Kai to have more space. It means he didn't have frigging people like in the space he was trying to run into, which was nice. Like, it meant he could roam and do what he did, and he looked so much better in the second half because he could get on the ball a lot more. And it allowed our wing backs to push on up, especially Alonso, because we had that cover. And I think what we're seeing here, at least from my perspective, is the three in the midfield does so much for us with certain players. It allows us to play a 2 up top, which we want to see with Werner and Lukaku, and even with Kai. Like, he looked better once he was able to play it in the 2 because he had more space. It allows Alonso to push up high because he's got the cover. And I think it just works all around. And I want to see more of it. This is the second game we've seen of it, and I want to see more of it.
Yeah, we will talk about the formation as well. That's one of the first topics I want to get into. Alex, what are you saying, bro? You good?
Yeah, wonderful result yesterday, but I want to put a couple of things straight. First of all, whoever says that we are like Tottenham dominated in the first half, they need to check the game because there's only 20 minutes. There's only 20 minutes that Tottenham put the pressure on Chelsea. After that, we got the game back under control. The problem with that was that unmentioned players that was not in the game. You see what I'm saying? So we did get hold of the back. We had the pressure on the back for 20, 25 minutes. After that, it was under control. The problem was offensive line was not doing that job. That's why the substitution was made. Don't tell me that the substitution made because of the like, all of a sudden we're playing good and took you know what, let me fuck it up somehow and change the formation. He did not change it because the game was going something that he did. It was because of the players. That's what I want to say. Another thing, Kepa was good for the first season when we bought him. He was really good for the first season. People keep forgetting that. It's like we have a short-time memory or something. Like, he was starting to play bad after that incident with the coach when he's supposed to be substituted. And fans got on him. Everybody got on him. He deserves all the critique he gets, but don't forget he was a really good player in the first half and when he first year. After that, he became a shit. So,
Oh
anyway,
yeah, I don't think anyone takes away Kepa's first season. Like his first season was iconic. We don't make the Europa League final without him and his saves in the penalty shootout. So no one ever takes
Exactly.
that away from him. The
But
thing
we
I think
critique him
everyone
like he
says,
never had that. We critique him like he never had that. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
only
Like,
because 1920 was just that bad. It was
Yeah.
really.
He's been much
really
different under Tuchel. Much
Obviously,
different
yeah,
keeper
Tuchel
under
has
Tuchel.
Everybody's
changed.
been
Yeah,
much
he looks
different
more
under
confident,
Tuchel.
but I also say it's
Yeah.
kind of how good the defense has been too. Like that's
No
why I
question.
gotta give credit to back three because
But that's
they
why Kepa was bad last time.
and
It's
another
because of
thing,
our defense too.
he was better.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
is
that's
still
fair.
better. He is still better than Mendy at the spreading the ball wide, spreading the ball passes. He's better with his feet on the ball than Mendy. He can put the ball on the target. Mendy mispasses a lot when he goes to the sides.
That's
That's it.
something I've
He gave
paid a
that
bit
good
more
ball to
attention to.
Alonso.
But I do
He
think
gave one good
I-
ball.
I do agree with that because I think, as I said, when you look at, there was a couple times when Spurs were putting pressure on them. I think there was one where Kane did it, and I thought he like just cleared the ball out of play, but he cleared it straight to Alonso, like it was
Exactly.
completely under
Yeah.
control. And I was
It
like,
looked like a mishit
fair
to me
play.
too.
yeah, I thought, oh, you cleared that straight out. I was like, fuck's sake, and then no, it went straight to Alonso. I was like, nice.
And he has a better left foot than Mendy. Mendy is only one-sided, one-footed. Kepa can pass it with the left and the right. People don't pay attention on those little bitty things. I do. I have ADHD, so.
Fair enough, innit? Xavi, what are you telling me, bro? You good?
Yo. Yeah, man. Can't stop watching the highlights. I don't know, when we win like that, bro, I'll be watching the highlights over and over and over.
Same.
'Cause it's just so satisfying to just see us beat Tottenham. And we could have honestly, like, before predictions, just had a 5-0. It could have been that. Like, if I think Werner had 2 chances that I feel like he should be doing better. Kovac has had a chance. You know, we were like at a certain point. At a certain point, Tottenham was just like, Dad, this is the thing. Like, I was worried about, all right, teams are trying to prepare on how to play against our formation, but this is not like Conte where we just stick to it. Tuchel's flexible where, all right, you want to do this and it's not working, he's changing it. So this is why I have so much faith in this. And like, I feel like Tuchel, I don't know, man, that was on him because I don't care if I get hate for it. Mount was playing horrible. Like he was playing horrible, and we were getting like kind of beaten in the midfield. So Conte, world class, just came on, bossed the game. Yeah, man. Up to Chelsea. Anytime Chelsea win, it's somewhat a good week.
Oh, of course. Big up Wayne as well in the cut. What are you telling me, man? You good?
Yeah, because obviously, as you know, Lewis, but I've been put my mum into bed, so she's all good.
Happy to hear that,
So yeah, I'm good. I'm going to be upsetting some people today, I think, with my words of wisdom. What I'm going to be saying, but I think it's
Why
about
do I
time
think you're not going to be the only one? But
Yeah,
You're not gonna be alone.
well,
You're not going
Oh,
solo
there
on
going to
that
be
one.
many.
no, but
Right.
I'm the one that normally is classic with it all. I don't say a word, but this time I'm going to be saying something.
you know what? Like, I feel like we're going to go into it anyway, so we're just going to start with it. We'll talk about the first half and our creativity issues. And for me, like, it might sound a bit reactionary because now we've seen it in the flesh. I want to see it, but I do start to feel more like 3-5-2 is looking like the way forward for us. Because when it comes to our attacking players, I feel like there's too much question marks around each of them right now. I think Kai Havertz always seems to start season slowly. If you look at his stats, second half of the season, his numbers are always way better than the first half of the season. Mason looks burnt out. Looks completely burnt out. Hakim Ziyech has struggled. Hudson-Odoi is just not going to get game time in those positions, and Christian Pulisic is just in and out of injuries all the time. So, with that in mind, are you guys looking at 3-5-2 as potentially the way forward? And when it comes to our first half play, do you think the bigger problem was Mason Mount and Kai Havertz's individual performances, or do you think it was also kind of the Spurs midfield? Because no one's really talking about it, but they were good in the first half, and they did cause us some problems too. It was only in the second half when we made the substitutions and they also gassed themselves out that we did see a difference. But in the first half, the game was kind of evened out.
25
Lewis,
minutes.
no, Lewis, I'm gonna stop you there. That is a cop out. Their midfield, right, didn't stop make Mason Mount play so poorly he couldn't even put one pass right towards any of our attacking play where he's supposed to be the most attacking player we've got. That's just a cop out. He was just absolutely dog shit. He was poor in every single way. He's got to be off the field. He can't keep playing these games. We've got players like Berners not getting enough game time. Hudson and Doy not getting enough game time, who deserve more game time, but they're getting stopped because of players like Mount who's getting favouritism when they're playing awful. It's got to stop. It's about Chelsea, not about certain players.
But then it was the Mount and Kai. For me.
Yeah, but Kai I've got time for because he was making runs and doing the right things in plays when he came attacking. Mason Mount wasn't doing that, and I'm sorry, Mason Mount should not be playing.
It's not even just that.
Well, for me, like, go ahead.
Go on, Alex.
It's like a phone call.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I played the game and my position was not like a less defender. I was a less sweeper. But like I was always like annoyed with the midfield when they lose a possession because it doesn't give defense to adjust quick enough. If I was like, if you lose the possession, lose the fucking by their side, so I can have adjusted, so people can adjust the defense to the certain instances. But when the midfield loses possession, especially in the back of the midfield, then you kind of screwed. You know what I'm saying? Like then it's hard to adjust because you gotta watch three of the forwards moving, and you moving based on their forwards, not what's happening in front of you. That's just what I felt. And that's why I blame exactly the Mount, because Mount drops back to the midfield deeper, and then he loses possession. If Kai loses possession a little bit forward.
Yeah. And that's the thing, though, with Kai, and it's not much, and I tweeted this out in response to Slens, I think, or someone on Twitter, where the thing that I'll praise Kai for, and it's the same thing I praise ZH for in the Zenit game, at least he wanted the ball. He was shit in the first half. There's no denying it. But he wasn't hiding. He was wanting the ball. He was trying to make things happen, and it didn't work. I'm sorry. Mount just hid. There were times when we would be attacking and he was not asking for the ball. And if he was asking for the ball from like Alonso and he's on the right side of the pitch. Like, are you fucking expecting him to switch the ball or something? Just into space or something? Like, why you are expecting Alonso to do that or any player to do that?
As well, it's like, remember that break?
But
why you don't expect the fullback to switch pass to the other side? Why not?
No.
Not in that situation. Not in a situation where you can see, especially with the way we play as well. We don't play with switching the ball up very often. We'll play it across, but it'll be short passes to get to the other side. Very, very rarely will we just go straight long ball. Like,
I remember the pass that we scored against Arsenal was James, the one that crossed it all the way across the field to Pulisic, who was on the left wing when he pulled his hemi. You see what I'm saying? Like,
that's not Arsenal.
It was an Arsenal. I remember James passed.
Pulisic didn't play against Arsenal.
That was last year. He's talking about last year.
Last year, not this year.
And probably
FA Cup final, when he pulled the hemi.
Okay.
I get that, but what was noise like again? Going back to the game, that remember that attack when Mason Mount and Lukaku on the ball when he
my god!
And Mason Mount didn't even bother looking up, saying that Havertz had all that space, passing the ball to Havertz, and Havertz would have been better opportunity of scoring than any of the other options. And instead, he passes it to Lukaku with such a poor pass to Lukaku. The Lukaku had to pass it back to him to try and get a shot on goal. It was
I think it was the right pass. I mean, it wasn't the right option. The right option, but it was the wrong type of pass. He played it behind him.
No, Havertz was the better shout because it was on the stronger foot. If he plays to Havertz, Havertz can get that off first time on the stronger foot. Lukaku would have to take that on his weaker foot.
Havertz was the harder pass to make. Lukaku was the easier pass to make.
And he still fucked it up.
But he fluffed it.
Yeah.
And then the return pass, he fluffed the shot. So 2 fluffers on one play.
I
You
think
know,
the
it
reason
is what
he
it
passed
is.
it to Lukaku was because of the game before. Everybody, like even the coach probably critiqued him when he tried to take a shot instead of pass it to Lukaku. Remember that moment versus Zenit when Kai Havertz, Lukaku, and him was somebody didn't pass it to somebody, and that's when Tuchel probably told him like, look, you got to pass it to your forward. This is what Mount did, but I think he did when he was too close to the defender instead of passing it early when Lukaku could take on a defense. If he did that early, Lukaku had more time to run versus defender. He got at him so close to the box. Lukaku and people saying that Lukaku like wanted to be thankful and passed it back to him. No, the pass was behind him. He couldn't adjust it. That's why he had to pass it back to Mount. And Mount flopped it. He should have scored that actually shot.
Yeah.
He should have scored.
It was a good pass back
It
to
was
him.
a good, it was a good pass.
He had plenty of time and space to get his foot
The
on the
thing
ball. He
is-
just missed it.
The thing
I
is
just think
like
he's burnt
now.
out.
Yeah, me too. Like Lewis, I really do think it's burnt out. But in terms of going into that final third, like this is what I've been saying for a long time. Like he's been doing this, and people think you hate when you're just criticizing an aspect of his game. Like I really don't. He's not. I don't know. He's not a 10, bro. He's an 8. Like
Yeah, to me, the burnout thing is a bit of an excuse, especially because some people think this man should be playing every minute of every game. So to say he's burnt out is an excuse. He's not an attacking player. We've seen it before. We saw it under Lampard. Tried to play him on the left wing, not working. We see it now. Like I think Tuchel wants him on the pitch for certain things that he does in the midfield where he runs around, but he has not been doing that. And just going forward, attacking wise, it's just not what he's good at. He's not a 10. He's not a winger. He's not a forward. He is an 8 with energy. That's all he is right now. And so I think to continue to force him into a position that he's not comfortable in, it does him a disservice and it does the team a disservice.
Yeah.
I think when you saw when Timo came on, just how much the game changed and how much Lukaku's game changed and Havertz's game changed. Those 3 guys are attacking-minded players. They know what to do in the final third. It just changed the game completely when Timo came on, and I thought he was very bright. I thought Javi was a little harsh on him. I know with the opportunity you're talking about for him, but the ball hit that ball might have been a touch behind him.
No, Javi's never been harsh in his life. What are you talking about?
Because he did have a chance to get it on frame, but the ball was slightly behind him. He was sort of dragging his right foot to get something on it.
But at least when he stuffed them up, he at least made and created chances in prospect. You know, he didn't just stop.
Yeah.
He did something else rather than just not do anything.
Yeah,
With Mount as well.
The thing is that what I don't buy about the burnout thing, or not that I don't buy, what annoys me is like if you feel like you're burnt out, speak to the manager. Say, can I have a game or two's break? Can I sit out? But if you want to keep playing, because that must be the case. Like if you're tired, say you're tired, or you want to play. If that's the case, I want to see you running. I want to see you doing the right things. If you're not doing the right things and you're not saying I need a break, then that's on you. Like I need. Either you need to step up because you're obviously not tired enough to ask for a break, or you need to speak to manager and go, I need a break, a game or two's break to get back to my best. But he's not
Thing
doing
is, for me,
One sec, Wayne, just before you go. Big up Sage, you have now entered the lottery for a free Chelsea kit, and I can never put this the right way around. But again, guys, if you guys want to get involved, any super chat, any donation, any amount, you guys are in with a chance of winning this beautiful Nike home kit. Big up Sage saying Werner may not be pleasing to watch, but he does fit. I think that's probably the best way to describe him because he was still slightly frustrating when he came on, but he still did excellently well. Don't worry, Fata, we're getting on to you. And by the way, congratulations on your graduation as well, my G. Big up yourself.
Hey, congrats.
Yeah, good job, Patrick.
Yeah, big up Myron as
Simping
well.
college ain't easy, bro.
What was that?
Simping college ain't easy.
Big up Myron saying form is temporary, but class is permanent. Kai and Mount were well off the pace. Both had bad moments. Both will come through. It's time for Timo to show up. Yeah, I don't think anyone's saying that either of them are washed or anything like that. I think we're just criticizing where criticism is fair to play. Although we haven't really mentioned Kai Havertz either too much in general.
I think
Timo, though, I think low-key we're using him as more of a super sub option because that's the only thing that makes sense with the lack of game time that we've had despite trying to make rotations within the attacking three. I feel like Timo's just being used as a super sub for now, and it makes perfect sense too.
See, I find him pleasing to watch when I watch him play because of his movement and his he's such a smart player in attack. The way he runs makes runs off of the forward, the way he gives space to other players. Like, to me, that's pleasing to watch because that's what you want out of that position. He doesn't need to be doing one-on-one take on. That's not what he's being asked to do. He's being asked to create space, get shots on goal, create shots on goal. To me, that's pleasing to watch.
Get the assist for Rudiger.
He did.
Yeah, but listen,
I'm gonna say
it's pleasing when we're 3-0 up. Like, it's not pleasing when he's in on a goal and we need a goal to, like.
But at least he's creating those chances, though.
Yeah,
at least he's creating the chances.
Creating something,
bro. I understand that. I understand that, and I'm happy for it. Like, I feel like the two strikers, like his runs off the ball were making us, and Lukaku was already up there, was making us look way more dangerous. But those shots, he should be finishing at least one of those chances that he had.
I don't disagree with you.
Can I just go back to the Mason Mount, please? Because obviously I want to say something and Lewis went off. For me, with Mason Mount, the other thing what I've noticed, what's pissed me off, and I don't know if you lot have noticed it, but it seems like he's having a tantrum because we didn't sign Declan Rice. So we didn't sign his buddy. It seems like he's having a tantrum to start the season, and he's been poor.
I don't think it's because of Declan Rice.
No, I don't think.
Why would he care if we signed Declan Rice or not?
Because he really wanted it. He really wanted him to come in.
He can go to West Ham and play with him.
Yeah. If he's not going to perform,
it can't have anything to do with Declan Rice.
I know what you're trying to do here. I know what
come on, like that's. I feel that's just another way for us to bring Declan Rice.
Just don't.
There's no way.
So
no involvement in this.
I've remained silent on this topic, so I'm going to speak a little bit here.
Don't worry, people. I know what Wayne's trying to do here, but I don't think he's going to fall for it.
Pick up D. Winchester saying Havertz, Lukaku, Pulisic might be the way forward.
No,
that's an interesting front three, but I don't want to see Havertz starting right now. He still needs to get. I
want 3-5-2 and it either be Pulisic or Werner next to him.
Yes, that's the one for me. Calidrox as well saying we use this 3-5-2 again going forward. Not bad in my opinion. Hold that thought. Myron Phillips also says that is pure conspiracy, Wayne. Yeah, I can't lie. There's no way Declan Rice has got anything to be involved with Mason Mount's form. I don't see the link personally. But in terms of 3-5-2, would you guys want to see this as more of something we change up in games that aren't working? Or do you want to see us start with this initially? Because the second half is absolutely flawless.
I want to see it start because
I think only in big games, though.
I just think we should start with it because we've already seen, number one, we've already seen that the creative midfielders behind the striker are not working. Ziyech hasn't worked so far since he's come back. Havertz hasn't worked so far since he's come back. And Mount has been shit since he's come back from the international break. Let's just have it let's have it right, as someone likes to say. So then your only options are to either continue to play as we are and have the 3-5-2 where Mount plays in the midfield and we have Werner or Pulisic or whoever is the other striker, or you play Kante, Kovacic and Jorginho, which for me is up there as one of the best midfields in the league. I don't know if it is the best, but it's certainly up there. And then no other team in the league is going to dominate that midfield. We should dominate the midfield battle in any game we're in with that midfield, theoretically.
But how are we going to... I mean, how would we play that every game? Jorginho, Kovacic, and Kante. I think playing that 3 times a week or 2 times a week, however much, I think it's too much. I think maybe only big games we can play those 3. Or when we need it.
That 3 all the time. But then what that allows is it allows Saul to get more game time and have the cover of Kante and Jorginho or Kovacic and Jorginho, where he can bed into the team more and we can see more of what he offers rather than the Aston Villa game where he was just terrible. Because he was playing in a 2.
With that, because who's gonna create for front 2?
Saul or Kovacic. We already saw it. Or Werner.
Okay, I saw Kovacic do it once. That long pass when he did it for Lukaku. That's it.
Yeah, but you saw in the Tottenham game,
Kovacic is shit on the passing in the final third. Like he always, that's what Kovacic's problem.
I mean, to be fair, the shots he got was good.
He's
good
great
ball
going to the opposite third, and then he does Superman and shit passes somewhere where nobody can get it. And what's his name? Content?
No, that will be another one. That's where he wants to be further up the pitch. He said that in interviews. He wants to be further up the pitch. He's told he can.
No, I understand what you're saying. What the question was asked: would you like 3-5-2 to be played now? You said yes, and I ask you a question: how are you gonna get creative passes to the front two?
I mean, not gonna lie, we created.
You're gonna start Saul. Saul is not ready.
Well, I mean, we created more when we played 3-5-2 against Tottenham than we did when we were playing 3-4-3.
Are you gonna do that against Man City? We'll have really good midfield.
Yes, because we need the three in midfield in that game.
Okay. The reason why I'm not saying.
I mean, you against City, especially if they play Fernandinho. I don't know if De Bruyne is fit. Say they play Fernandinho, Silva, and Gundogan. You need three in midfield.
There's no Gundogan.
But look at the last 3 games that we played against them. We didn't need 3 in the midfield for those ones. So I don't feel like we need it for this game specifically either. I hear what you're saying because it's a much stronger midfield and they won't get as gassed in 50, 60 minutes like the Tottenham midfield did. But it's still going to be a completely different
People keep
midfield.
messing up thinking Tuchel changed it because he wanted to change the system. He changed that because of Mount and Harvard. He did not change it because we are playing better in that system. He changed it because of particular players. That's all.
I agree with that. So let me
change to 3-5-2. He changed it because he didn't have options.
Let me explain why we've been so poor providing for Lukaku, or try to explain, or my take on it, I should say. Not that I have to explain anything to anybody, but the pairings have been bad. Havertz and Ziyech do not work together because both of them play better when they have the ball at their feet. Now Havertz can play off the ball, making runs. You saw that, but he really is a creative player with the ball at his feet. But Ziyech has to have the ball at his feet for him to be productive as well, because he doesn't make off the ball runs. So then you go to Mount and Havertz. Mount has to have the ball at his feet. He's not the guy who's going to make the runs. Doesn't have the pace to get past people because he's an 8 playing as a 10 or forward, however you want to say whatever position you want to say they're playing when they're playing behind the striker. So you've got to have somebody who's going to make those runs, stretch the field, and allow the other 10 to come inside or carry the ball forward and be creative. So you have to have a Timo or a Pulisic on the field to be able to stretch the field and give the other 10 space. They can play off the ball. They don't have to have it at their feet. They can make the runs. They can pull defenders away and allow the system to be more fluid. So I like to see, for me, Havertz, Mount, and Ziyech cannot play together because they're the same player when they play together. You're asking Havertz then to not be the creator. You're asking him to play off the ball. Mount and Ziyech have to have the ball at their feet to be productive. They don't. They're really not doing much. So I think those 3 had to play with one of Pulisic or Werner or even Callum at times if you want to throw him in there. But that's how you have to play. You have to pair them with somebody who can make runs off the ball, who can stretch the defense, who can pull players out of the position. And those other players that's not the strength of their game. Havertz is more attacking, so you can kind of see Havertz playing that, but he's still, and when you're playing 2 players behind it, they're both meant to do different things. And so one has to pick up the ball and create for the other 2. But if that one player is not dropping and creating for the other 2, then the other one on the other side looks just as bad because then they're not receiving any passes. They're not being able to be productive in the game. So a Werner, a Pulisic don't have to have the ball. They can make runs all day long. They can stretch the defense, and that will allow that person to pick up the ball, have the space to drive into and create. So it's a matter of how we play, or the personnel we play in that front three. And that's the way I see it.
The only person that creates the space is Timo Werner. Pulisic doesn't create space. Pulisic is good as 1-versus-1. He goes direct 1-versus-1. I don't think Pulisic creates space. For me,
He creates space.
I mean, he creates space, but not as Timo Werner. Timo can stretch the defense. Timo really can stretch it. And yesterday, even for 10 minutes, he did wonderful for that 10 minutes for Lukaku to have the space for himself. For me, the best, if Ziyech, frustrating with Ziyech, if he's informed that he was in the preseason, it will be him, Kai, and Lukaku. Those are the best three if Ziyech is informed. And Kai, but kind of both of them out, so it's hard to tell.
Oh, wow. Don't know his haircut. He had a Three Stooges haircut? Is he Mo?
Who?
You don't know the Three Stooges?
Yeah, Three Stooges. I didn't know who you were referencing.
The super chat.
Oh, big up Cali Jock saying Mount stink. I thought you were talking about one of the other comments. He's saying Mount stinks since his new salad bowl haircut, to be honest. I thought it was an all right trim, to be honest, but it's just really showing.
He's calling him Mo.
People have time to look at somebody's haircut.
Yeah, I didn't even pick that one up. I'm like, haircut? What are you talking about?
Wow.
Yeah, that's
also, I do just want to say, someone pointed out in the comments with the 3-5-2 and against City, we were basically playing a 3-5-2 against City anyway because Mount was dropping into the midfield.
Yeah.
Yo, what's happening?
Yes, Jem, what are you telling me?
What's up, Jem?
I'm all right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I have a bone to pick with Jim. He gave Kepa 6 ratings yesterday. Man.
Jam, come on.
But what did Kepa actually do in the game other than make one save? We didn't really have much
clean
stuff, did
sheet. Keep clean sheet.
Anyway, I need to talk about Kepa. All right, let's go. I need to talk about.
Hey, he's the best second keeper in our team.
What do you want to give him? A 10?
7.
I'll give him a 9.5.
I give him
I'll give him a 9.5.
He made one save.
I gave him a 7.
I gave him an 8.5. I thought he was fantastic for a Kepa.
It's like he was third. He was like a third good to Mendy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you buy in a percentage,
he was
like a
great yesterday.
He was great yesterday. Come on, guys. Like, this is a joke.
Anyway, system. I'm here to talk about system.
Okay.
I heard you talking about we changed. The reason that Tuchel made that decision to change wasn't system, it was to do with Mason Mount. That's bollocks. I disagree with that.
Okay.
To be honest, the reason I disagree with that was because if you look at the way Spurs set up yesterday, it was a 4-2-3-1. We were getting absolutely outnumbered in the midfield. Jorginho and Kovacic couldn't get the ball and we couldn't play out. And even when we did play out, I agree Mason Mount had a bad game. I agree Kai Havertz had a bad game. But part of the reason he made that switch was because we were struggling to retain the ball in midfield. We couldn't build up anything because Spurs came out and done something completely different. Spurs haven't played like that against anyone that I know in that style of football, in that formation. Tuchel made that switch. That switch that Tuchel made was a system switch. To switch it to a 3-5-2 and take Mason Mount off, I'll tell you why he took Mason Mount off, because Kai Havertz is better suited to play in the 2 next to Lukaku than Mason Mount is. We all fucking know that. Let's be serious. Mason Mount can't play.
Why you said that? Because that's what Tuchel said after at the press conference. He's not going to come to press conference and say, you know what, I'm going to take him off. I'm going to change the substitution because one of my players are shit. He's not going to say that on the press conference. He's going to say, I have to tweak the system. That's where you're coming from.
I don't get why we're trying to make things. He changed it because Spurs gave us a problem. Spurs came out and played what we expected. Let's just be serious here. Let's take our hats off to Spurs because they came out and they gave us a problem. What we need to understand as Chelsea fans is that every team that we come up against are still sussing or trying to understand how to break this system down. So they will do something completely different that they're probably not used to doing themselves, like what Spurs did yesterday. And that did give us a problem. And we're going to keep having that as we go forward. Chelsea are not going to dominate first, second halves all the time. They're going to come up against teams that are going to do things differently, which we're going to have to try and adapt to at the time. And yes, we struggled in the first half. But once Tuchel had made that decision to switch it for me. It was a system switch. It wasn't because Mason Mount and Kai Havertz were back. It was because we were suffering in the midfield massively. We were getting.
People get so caught up in formation and form.
What if he wasn't asked to do that stuff? What if he was asked to play high up the pitch and
He
hope that
obviously
the
wasn't.
players people were trying to?
He obviously wasn't because Tuchel said so. Okay, Tuchel said there wasn't the passion, there wasn't the drive. People weren't doing what they were supposed to be
Wait,
doing.
hold up. Everyone's saying there's an audio problem.
Is there?
No, sounds fine to me.
Everything sounds fine to me. Is it? Hold on, let me switch over to you.
No, I think from the live chat perspective.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm looking at it now. It's fine.
I'm
Yeah,
not sticking up for Mason
Jim,
Mount.
you
I'm
don't
not going to stick up for Mason Mount. They were both poor. I agree. Yeah.
Let me finish on it. Let me finish. So everybody, somebody,
Oh yeah. I think it's stream.
Yeah, probably stream.
It's glitched.
Yeah.
I think I need to do
Go on.
as well.
That'd be a bit.
Mount, if Mount gets instructions to drop in and free on the build up is to bring in an well, if you when you bring in an N'Golo Kante in, you must switch the system because N'Golo Kante is not going to play as a 10, an 8, or defensive or a 6 to go forward, however you want to phrase it. So that's why that was done. We changed the system because we had to bring one of off.
In that case, then why didn't we just keep the same?
Because no, the thing is, I agree.
Why didn't we just keep?
I agree with your point. I think they were overrun by just in terms of job. We've seen it. Like I said, you go put Mount in the midfield free to have a burner on, but he chose to take Mount off. If made another substitution, he could put Mount in the midfield free, and it probably would have worked the same. But he chose to take Mount off.
He was
So I agree in the sense of I think it's
One sec, guys. The audio is for some reason no one can hear us.
No, it's lagging. It's lagging something fierce.
Lewis, chuck us out and then refresh the stream. Like put us backstage.
What do you mean? What? So take everybody out.
Take everyone out.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. Apparently it's back. I'm so. What the fuck is going on? What
Stream,
the
yeah,
fuck?
It's back.
I actually can't be asked for this shit today. There's a lot of fucking thing I need. Is this gonna fuck up again in like 2 minutes?
It's already.
But let us
it's
know in
already
the chat
showing
if
up
it
again.
does. You might have to
back.
come out and
No,
back in. Is what I'm
no,
trying to say. Yeah, if it does it.
Right, you guys, sorry in the comment section if this bullshit keeps popping back on. Just let us know if this thing fucks up again, because if this keeps going, I'm just going to end the stream.
Go on, Scott. What was you going to say?
I think I do agree with Jem's point that I think they were overrunning our midfield, but I think that we've seen that Mount can do that job as well, and the fact that he came off, I think was telling. I think it could have been Havertz that came off, and we just put Werner up top to stretch the defense. We tell Mount stay in midfield, just play as an 8, but he chose to take Mount off, and I think that's telling.
Jem, you don't think Mount losing the ball so deep into the midfield was causing our midfield some issues?
I don't think it was just Mason Mount. If you want my honest opinion, I think Mason Mount didn't have a great game, but I don't think Kai Havertz was helping the situation.
Oh, so was it Kai? Are you saying Kai Havertz too, or like in
well,
that
they were,
partnership?
they both. Let's be serious. They're both playing in a position where, in theory, they're meant to be helping the play build up. So if it means coming
One of
deep,
them
like
is.
what Jester says, and picking
One
up
of them
away.
is.
Well,
Yeah,
then.
I think they were poor
there's some rotation between the two of them.
Can I answer your one of you what you said?
Yeah, go on, mate.
Alex, before you do that, JJ Bridge says, big up everyone on the panel in the chat. Big up yourself, man. Calidrox also says Johnny hacked the audio after the Mount slander. Fair enough, bro. Appreciate that. Sorry about this bullshit. I don't know what the fuck happened, but it looks like we're back to normal now. So we'll just put that down to StreamYard and move on. Go on, Alex. What are you gonna say, bro?
My point is, like, I think, like, for me, it's my views. Like,
Go ahead,
For second, like, you said that Tottenham was playing 3-4-2-1, right?
4-3-2-1.
4-3-2-1.
Yeah.
I think they didn't. I think they played they played 3 up front. They went. What he did is he put individual players versus all of our defenders. They tried to push Silva out of 3, and that's why created little chaos in 25 minutes. First of all, I keep saying it. It's not dominance for first half. It was 20 minutes to 25 minutes when we were a little bit like shaky at the back. That's all Tottenham did. Then we start to get the game under control, and then we start to losing the ball in the midfield, specifically from Mount. That's my point of view. That's what I saw in the game when I watched it. I'm not slandering the system and whatever. I'm just saying I think he changed the system because he saw who was he gonna put it in the position substitute for Mount. He could put Timo Werner, but he wasn't trusting him because it was still 0-0 game at that point. You see what I'm saying? So it's 0-0. What do you do? If it was 2-0, he probably would put Timo before he would have put Conte. But it wasn't 2-0. It was 0-0. So you go into the most talented player on your bench. That's why he went for Conte. That's just my opinion.
And it changed the game, didn't it? You know,
massively. It did.
And it worked. Don't get me wrong. But when you were talking about maybe, I think it was Scott saying that we should play it more often. He thinks it's saying we should switch to like a 3-5-2 and give it an opportunity. I don't think we can. I don't think in a low block game, you need Kante, Kovacic, and Jorginho all playing in the midfield. This is why we have supposedly attackers that should be doing better. Ziyech, Pulisic, Havertz, Mount. These guys, you know, you want an extra attacker rather than having 3 central midfielders in your game. And not just that, we haven't really got. When you look at it, if we was to play that system throughout the season, we'd probably end up getting Kante injured and we'd probably end up doing ourselves in because we haven't got the depth in the midfield to continuously play them three all the time. I don't think we can get away with that. You know, I think in certain games, yes, but I don't think in the long run, playing each and every game.
Because we'll have to start getting also creativity from, you know, people like Mount and Havertz. I think if we kept playing that midfield, well, then they're not going to learn.
Big up GoAM saying Wayne filming the new Amazon doc All or Nothing, Mason Milner and boiled rice, an English love story. Fuck sake. Big up yourself, bro. And Myron also saying we play hybrid 3-5-2 out of possession. Kante came on to improve ball retention and to hunt the outlet ball. His starting position was deeper than him. I do also want to bring up Stephanie. Just sent this to me as well. So big up yourself, Stephanie, if you're still watching as well. You sent me Thomas Tuchel's post-match press conference on subbing Mason Mount off. And he said, I wanted to give the sign from the talk. I wasn't happy with the energy. And I was not ready to talk about these spaces here, spaces there. For me, it was about winning the second balls and the duels. So
hang on. Just want to point out what Mason Mount's supposedly best at. He
wasn't doing. Yeah. We already know he was struggling in the game anyway. But for anyone to just say it was more about bringing on N'Golo Kante, I can't lie. It was just Mason Mount had a bad first half, and Thomas Tuchel took him off for the benefit of the team, and we played better as a result of it. That's just literally it. You can't spin it any other way than it is.
Well, unless you're Johnny.
and I get that Kai didn't play great, but I hate when people when anyone is like Mount didn't play well and someone immediately goes, oh well Kai didn't play well either. It's like they played 2 totally different roles in the team. They both didn't play well, but Kai didn't play well in a different aspect of the game, not necessarily the same kind of thing where he doesn't get asked to do the same stuff Mount does.
I get a new nickname yesterday.
Do you know what it is? I've said this a number of times about Mason Mount. Yeah, the biggest issue with Mason Mount is, yes, he's been I agree, he's been poor the last 2 games. I was even saying on socials we should take him off at half-time in both the games anyway. But the issue with Mason Mount is that I think we forget that he's only been playing for Chelsea at this top tier for the last 2 seasons, yeah. Coming into the Premier League, he has. You know, he was at Derby before that in the Championship. He took a step up under Lampard. This is his 3rd season at Chelsea, right? what he's done in the first 2 seasons is elevated in himself. He's elevated his levels, right? So when he has such a dip like he might be at the moment, it's clear and obvious. Why? Because the last 2 seasons we were very quite reliant on him. He was very important to Chelsea, to Lampard when he was here, and this is why it's more noticeable. And this is probably, I'm not saying we can't criticize him. I understand it, but at the same time, we do need to remember he's still very young. He's still gonna have teething problems here and there. You know, he's not in his prime yet. You know, I disagree with Johnny where you can't say any bad word about him and he's the best thing in the world. I think it's important that we criticize every player that doesn't play well, and he deserves to be criticized. But he gets put more in the limelight because he was so important for us in the past, and where he's played so well in the past, it's very easy to point out when he's not playing like he used to, if that makes sense. And I think that's what it is with Mason Mount. I think it's easier to look at.
Don't you think when people talk about Mount specifically with Johnny, they just do it just to piss off Johnny? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the problem.
For example, if I was talking to somebody else, I would say Mount was poor in yesterday's game. If I'm talking to Johnny, that's why Johnny.
I think that's the one. I think the problem is not really Mount. Like, I feel like we would have been able to criticize Mount. It's the fans. It's the fans behind him that can do nothing wrong.
Audio's gone again.
No.
Sweet.
Stream's lagging as well.
I want to bring this up because I brought it up the other day, and people might not know this. So, Timo Werner.
No one's gonna hear you, just though. What's the point of saying it?
No. You're back now.
Apparently, apparently it's
It's
back.
not my Wi-Fi, bro. It's fiber optic. It definitely ain't the Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah, good, just to go on now.
Okay, so Timo Werner's played in 56 games, not including this year, has had 12 goals and 15 assists, which comes out to 27 goal contributions, which is a .480 goal contributions per game. Okay? That's the highest. Christian Pulisic in 79 games for Chelsea has 32 goal contributions, which comes out to .40. Kai Havertz in 51 games has 20 goal contributions, comes out to .39. Mason Mount in 112 games has 33 goal contributions, which comes out to .29 per game. Hakim Ziyech in 43 games, 11 goal contributions, comes out to .25. So you can see the players you need to have on the pitch to create. Mason Mount is not a creator. He's a number 8.
And the thing is,
create a share out of the Championship League final, though. I'll take.
I don't care. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I need to dispel this. I said this on like in the chat on Monster Stream yesterday. I don't give a shit that he assisted in the Champions League final. But league.
See it, because I don't think we have many anyway, and I think they're more runners than not. Then I think Hakim Ziyech's more of the creative.
We're done again. I don't know.
Wallahi, again?
It's back.
Oh, this is pissing me off, bro. Why is it always gone and then it's
I
fucking
agree
back?
with you,
What's
Gemma.
this
Ziyech is the
bullshit?
actual one who
Go on that
creates
other
it.
one now. Go on that melon thingy.
If this happens a few more times, I'm just ending the stream because I can't be bothered for this shit today, honestly.
I think one thing.
What were you saying, bro? Because this is fucking pissing me off.
It's right, man. Don't worry. The one thing I would say that we need in the summer, if Hakim Ziyech doesn't sort out his fucking creativity, and maybe some others are here and there, is we need someone that can actually create for Lukaku, someone that can play behind him and do that. And if it means getting rid of Ziyech, see you later. A couple of others if they don't turn up. I don't know, Werner if he has a bad season, or Pulisic, even Pulisic to a degree as well. Like if we have to get rid of these players and find the creative element out there, then we need to go and do it, because I just don't understand how a player that's got the stats levels that he had in the Dutch league, where he was the top assister in 2 seasons when he was at Ajax, can come to the Premier League where, all right, it's you don't get enough time on the ball, but you know, not to be able to get the ball and be that creative element is and just not offer anything, because he doesn't offer anything for me. He doesn't do anything when he plays. I don't get what he does. Like, I don't get this fascination with him. Like, he doesn't do anything when he's on the pitch. Like, to not be able to do or play to your strength, then he for me he needs to go. Like, I don't get.
Not at this moment though, Jim. If he continues this for the end of the season, yes, but I don't think at this moment.
No, well,
not at this moment. I'm just saying if he continues that, he's have to think, because he was brought in to do that. And if people keep saying, I said, is it a system thing? Are our players behind Lukaku struggling because of the system that we play? Are they not able to adapt? Is he more of a winger? What is it that's the issue with him?
Well, here's the issue. There's a reason that he only just now came out of Eredivisie. Okay, looking back, everybody here wanted Ziyech because of what he did against us. But he was 27 and played in Eredivisie. How come no other top team came in for him? It's not like he just had 1 or 2 good seasons. How come it took it so long for him to come out of the Eredivisie? Were people seeing things like, because of what we're seeing now? If people say he can't do it at the top level because he doesn't have the turn of pace, he doesn't have the physicality, he has to have the ball at his feet, he's more of a volume type guy. What were the other top teams seeing that we might have missed because we were so enamored about how he played against us? And that, of course, was Frank Tax.
But that's why he was so cheap, though. He was very cheap, though. That's why we bought him. I think maybe during the quarantine we assumed he might have.
Why did he spend so long in a Eredivisie and no other top team?
There was a couple of teams going for him. I think Man United and Arsenal were going for him.
It was United.
Okay, you just killed your argument because you put Arsenal in there.
Yeah.
No, but
just give it.
But us buying him, it was a good buy.
It was lagging again. I didn't get this.
Funny enough, I can hear your guys' voice on the phone though.
No, it's lagging
between StreamYard
on
YouTube
and YouTube, because people aren't watching us on StreamYard. They're watching us on YouTube.
I was just joking with Jester.
I have a question though. I have a question. Would you guys take Sane for Werner?
No.
What are you on about?
What'd you say?
I look at those 2 chances yesterday, and I think Sane puts away at least one of those.
Oh my God!
But Sane is a winger though. Sane plays in a formation where he's behind Lewandowski.
But basically the formation the way we play, Sane would fit in those.
But he'll just be an exact replacement. He's not bringing anything new. He's not bringing anything old. It's the exact replacement.
I think he's a better finisher.
The only thing he would bring.
I think he's a better finisher than Werner.
But we don't need a finisher right now. Really, we've got Lukaku.
Bro, if we can't be over. We need those positions.
He needs to be finishing. I think he still creates at least way more creativity than anyone on our team, and that's something that Sane can possibly not do.
The problem with Sane had the ACL. That's ACL again. He had ACL injury, and he started playing back in the German league. That's the problem I have with Sane. He returning from ACL injury. I don't want another Fernando Torres. That's my prediction.
I think he could do a job that Werner does.
If it was before he turned ACL, I will both my hands. Yes, I'll take Sane. After ACL, I will not trust him.
But he's playing well though. Like he's doing well for Bayern right now. Werner. No, even in Champions League though too.
Can he replace the 27 goal contributions of Werner?
I think so, honestly. Especially in the Prem, like you know the Prem. Even Gnabry will be even better. Like,
Gnabry's a good shout because he scores goals. He's a goal scorer.
Gnabry's a good shout, but Gnabry won't leave. Even when we Sane, but Sane maybe. Take care, Josh. See you, Josh.
Take care, Josh.
You might not want to add any more to the StreamYard. See if that's because there's too many people in. See if that makes a difference.
That's never been the problem because we always have 10 people on.
Yeah, I know, but if the system is overloaded, if StreamYard servers are overloaded, and there's just a whole bunch of different variables, and the only way to figure it out is to cut one of those variables out.
The IT guy.
We'll see.
Sorry, I'm the IT guy.
Yeah, no, I
I
understand that.
apologize.
I understand. I'll probably just leave it for what it is.
You
for
IT
now.
guy, and you can suggest them how to watch all the games in England without paying that much money.
No, I can. I'm building another server. I'm building a server, so
I'm watching like I have like 3,000
Oh,
channels,
no.
and I'm watching just
Just
like
is
I'm
coming
paying
in clutch.
$10 a month.
obviously.
yeah, I gotta build. You know, I gotta build a server, and then I'll have a Plex server, and so any game I can watch, anybody else can watch if I allow them on the server. Of course, if you have too many people, you get popped for copyright.
Yeah.
If it's a small group of people, you're fine.
Yeah, we'll probably just leave it for this then. I don't think I'll send the link out to anybody else then for today. Big up O'Break saying 1-3-0, and you man have talked about Mason Mount. I can't lie, Mount was a very big discussion topic over the last 24
He always
months.
is.
Yeah.
Not too surprised. Moyo says Xavi with a naive take, Werner under appreciation. I think it's more just a comparison, to be honest. But for me, it's like Sane, he plays too wide for what we want in the system right now. Werner's more of an
Congratulations, Fatima, but I'm sorry, bro. Like, I don't know.
No, I don't have time. I don't have time for Werner.
What are we doing? Criticizing Werner again? What's he done now?
I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying.
not even too much.
No, you're saying for the replacement.
My front door.
I don't get how Ziyech and all these other guys can drop stinkers. Werner comes on for 20 minutes and everyone starts hating him again. I just don't get it.
No, I'm saying no, bro. Don't say that, because Ziyech can get sold too. Like, we're talking about a specific player that I asked. Like, I'm just saying, I'm not criticizing the game yesterday. I think he did a lot. Like, he contributed, but I'm saying, like, I asked the panel, would you guys take Sane for Vern? That's what I simply asked, and I just gave my reasons of why I think Sane would be a good fit. Maybe I'm going off of the Man City Sane.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's very good at
Great in Man City.
Yeah, it was.
He's still doing solid now, though. But it's in Bundesliga, and we know what happens when you get a Bundesliga player to the Prem. Oh, Jesus Christ!
So anyway, Werner had a Werner game. He had 2 chances he could have put away and didn't, but he had an assist. That's the quintessential Werner game.
So should we stop expecting goals from Werner now? Like, okay, he's gonna provide. Like, just not expect goals. Like,
I can't lie, I'm expecting goals for Werner.
No, I'm saying, I know, I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying, like,
how about we just
in
be
my head now,
open-minded? It's a new season and just give him a chance. Like, he's only played 20 minutes. Like,
I mean, I think everyone is giving him a chance. Though. Everyone is giving him the chance.
Yeah, I think you're missing the point.
Yeah, he's only played like 30 minutes, and he's got more the same goal contributions as Mason Mount, as Kai Havertz, as Christian Pulisic has only played 90 minutes.
If he's not going to start against Villa, I think it's good. Something is personal over there.
I think he will start against Villa. I think Lukaku's going to get a rest.
Yep.
Because
Carabao
Cup, won that competition. I don't care about it.
Yeah, who cares?
All right, can I just say so? I've got some good news.
Yeah.
I've got permission to start filming the new love story about Mason Mount and Declan Rice. But I need an actor and actress to do the voice. So I'm going to do it with Spin. I was gonna ask if Father would be one of them with Astrid.
I knew that was coming.
You made a movie or a... Let me not speak.
Yeah,
that's not
Thank you. You gave me an idea. Thank you for that.
That's what I thought your idea was in the first place.
Who should
No,
thank you.
You gotta have Father and Johnny as the voices. Johnny has to be the voice of Mount.
Can I say something about Team Enway? Yeah, okay. You know when Timo came on for the Tottenham game, don't you think I definitely saw it, like our attack looked way more fluid when he came on. Like I get it, like he misses chances. I thought the second one was a good save, but like I couldn't like excuse the first one where like had a bad touch, but he made our like attack more fluid. He got assist to Rudiger. I actually thought he played really well, but like people still give him hate. Like I don't know what he has to prove. Maybe he has to score goals, but like maybe that's not him for Chelsea. Maybe he's just gonna be like a creator and makes our attack just better by being on the pitch and just like helps us by getting assists.
Mm.
And another thing I
That's
haven't
good.
noticed as well, we don't win penalties. When Timo played last season, we won a bunch of penalties. He won like plus like 8 or something last season. We like that does
Timo
help the team as
stan.
well.
Look, again,
I think people
I just want to bring on
forgetting after
positivity
that
with him, you
miss
know?
that he did, like what the miss that he missed yesterday. People already throw their hands and like, you know what, I can't bother
it's
watching him, and they stop watching what he's doing after that miss. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing. He has
Because
to improve.
It's
on.
not
He has
even.
to
Yeah.
improve on that
It's not
shots. That's
even the miss, bro. It's like he hit it like he didn't want to score. Like he like toe
He tried to
poking it.
chip it.
Look,
That's what he tried to do.
Yeah,
no,
I
he
don't
did
know.
not.
He didn't.
No,
He
he
didn't chip it.
didn't
No,
try to
he
chip.
did not
He didn't
try to chip
You
it. He did
can't-
not
He
try to
should've
chip
Why
it.
is
He's
he
trying to get his
If he
foot under the ball.
if he
He's
tried to
trying
chip
get
it,
his foot
if
under
he
the
tried to
ball.
chip it, there'd been some
Cabby,
lift
Cabby,
on
I
that.
don't have time for this, man. Come on.
There
You
was
act
no
like this is
lift,
FIFA. You act like this is FIFA though. This you can't always just
bro.
chip
He's
it
a
every time your
professional.
keeper's run at you.
Yeah,
Did
No,
Son
bro.
chip
He's
it?
a
Did Son
professional
chip
footballer.
it
I saw
like
Morata
Kepa?
chip a keeper yesterday. I saw Alvaro Morata on a dead sprint chip a keeper.
Bro, he's a
Okay?
footballer that can strike a ball. He can get some lift under it. He just has
But
low
he has
confidence.
chipped it
And
before though.
bro,
He can
very
he's
do
low
picky. When
confidence.
he does it, it's like we're very picky about it. But then Kai Havertz in the first half had the ball land straight to him in the middle
Yep.
of the,
Yeah.
in the
Bro,
penalty.
why are we
Completely.
going
He missed
on
it.
other
And
Nobody
Mount.
says
And
anything
Mount.
about him missing that. Do you know what I mean? So like,
We
this
already
week-
said Kai Havertz had a bad game. We're talking about Timo Werner here.
Timo didn't
I'm
have a bad
I'm
game though when
saying
he came on.
no. I know.
Hey.
I know. But I'm saying he's going to Kai Havertz. But I'm talking about Timo. He's in on goal and he's hitting it like I'm sorry. He's hitting it like a little girl, like wanting to topo Lloris that's flying out at him. Like you gotta do.
But
You
Son
got
did
like
the same as well. It happened.
Lloris, the son took a bad touch and made Kepa get that ball. Look, he had a chance to shoot that ball in the net. Like you feel me? I understand. All right, it's a semi decent save, but he could. Like even the commentator saying,
Yeah.
"Yo, lift it." He's just not confident right now. I'm not bashing him, but like I don't know, something needs to change.
No, I get what you're saying.
Like,
I think
I
he needs to
agree.
start
He
scoring
I
as
agree. It
well.
wasn't perfect. I agree that. Like, but I don't think it's as bad as people thought. Like, oh, how did he not?
no,
put
he
that
had a
one?
good
Like,
game. I'm just saying he like
Yeah.
those are the shot. Like if we were 1-0 down to Tottenham, and he had that, I would have been
Timo,
way more frustrated.
Timo, that specific moment where he should have chipped, I think he was leaning backwards a little bit, like, and he was kind of like reaching to do it. That's the only defense I see him missing that goal, actually.
And then
Otherwise,
look,
he should-
Lukaku, redneck. Lukaku had the same chance of slipping Timo again,
Mhm.
and I think Lukaku was like, nah, I don't even want to give it to him right now. I forgot what it was. I think he like took a bad touch to get let Dyer get the ball, and then he saw Timo could have slipped it in, and now he's in two minds because he's like, yo, is this guy gonna finish my shots? Like,
Yeah.
but I will give. Yeah, I would.
I don't think footballers think like that though.
I would give it to we looked very dangerous with those two up top though. Like we looked like it looked good. I'm not gonna lie.
And they only played together
And-
for 20 minutes. Imagine what else they can do throughout the season.
We also 2-0 up at that point. It's a different game. when
Yeah,
you're
we
2-0
was
up.
two. We was turning up when he came on. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but
Yeah,
like,
that's the difference.
but I was just saying, like, when I was watching, our attack looked so much more fluid when he came on. Like
more
space,
creative.
everything.
I just want to see him start.
There was more space because they were
way
trying
more
to get
space.
back in the game. But I do agree that I want to see a front three of Timo, Lukaku, and Havertz, or Pulisic, Lukaku,
Oh,
and
man.
Havertz, and just to
Oh, man.
see how it works.
Oh man,
You don't want to see
No
Mount?
Mount.
Oh, no,
He can
no.
mount, he can mount the bench for a while.
No,
You know what?
He could play Werner and Lukaku. If it's not Havertz, you could have Mount, Werner,
But
Lukaku.
I think Havertz is better than Mount.
To me, purely attacking,
That's
obviously
on
Mount ain't
you.
better than Kai. Purely attacking, he ain't better than Kai Havertz attacking. But Mason Mount as a whole, like dropping in and everything is good. But Mason Mount ain't even doing that lately either. Like I didn't think in the Tottenham game he didn't drop in as much. Like he didn't help the midfield, and that's why I feel like his strength is like when he's playing like near the 8.
I am interested to see Havertz, Werner, and Lukaku. That's just runners galore. Like, I'd like to just see them, all three of them, just like
We could see that for City,
Big
maybe.
up,
I can see that.
going for it.
Can you imagine if we actually head coach of Chelsea? How many thoughts we have in our head?
Come on.
Oh yeah.
We will switch your first starting 11 every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, if we look at a positive, another clean sheet. Defenders
Yeah,
were
man.
Just as now I know why you go on that Chelsea fan
penitentiary
instead of
trying to
Tottenham.
build as per usual.
Hey, you forgot.
look at one
You forgot
positive,
they're asking for the
defenders
players
solid.
though.
What?
You need
What
Silva
about
up there with
the
him now.
No, hold on.
You get it now, huh?
Thiago Silva.
Yeah, like certain people who like are fans of the player are just getting so emotional and butthurt.
Who's that? About who?
No, I
No.
know what you're saying.
Yeah.
This is an AB conversation. See your way out of it, man.
No, Thiago Silva thing, right? One thing I want to say.
Why did you put Zaha over there? It's a bomb.
But-
What did
Well,
you say about Thiago?
you know Thiago Silva. He again, for me mainly shut up all the rivals, all these fucking Liverpool fans, Man United fans, Arsenal fans that came out and said,
Just Liverpool.
"This guy is old. This guy's not going to be able to keep up in the Premier League. He's going to get spun. He's going to get run." Do you know Spurs yesterday actually? I keep saying they switched things. They switched quite a lot. They actually made Harry Kane play deeper just to have Son on Thiago Silva, just to try and get him done on the pace. And Thiago Silva had him in his back pocket the whole game. I don't care what anyone says. He was awesome yesterday, mate. He was fucking awesome.
Man, the match, easy.
He was playing on the left because we're afraid that Sandro get re-injured.
Yeah. He was top, man.
Wait, speaking of
He
Liverpool,
has tendency to go back, and people criticize him for going.
I do not hate on AC, bro. Like, why when you criticize a player's aspect of a game, they think you hate a player? Bro, I'm just saying he needs to finish. I didn't think he had a bad game. I thought he was very effective when he came on. Like,
It's post-traumatic stress disorder after Johnny.
I'm talking about Werner. Like, I'm talking about Werner. He had a great game. I just want him to like finish his chances. Like,
that's the only
do you guys know? Do you guys know, like, if he does that, Chelsea are in a way better position?
Yeah,
like,
I agree with you, Jet.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm talking about
when he gets
Sorry, I've got a serious question I need to ask Jem, and it's just remembered myself, and I need to ask it. Jem, what would you have done yesterday if Christensen scored that goal?
I walked away for 2 seconds and I heard Jem. What did you just say?
What?
I was saying about Christensen and I walked away. So, sorry.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. What would you do if Christensen scored yesterday when he had that shot?
Very good question, Wayne. A very good.
I would have been massively happy if he buried that in the corner. It means again that Chelsea have won a game, and I put Chelsea first, not player first. You know, that's what I keep saying to people. I'm sure Lewis would have been.
I think Jem knows he's good now. Like I think you admit, like he's actually like proved like people wrong. I think he's proved me wrong. I didn't think he's gonna make it.
He's proved me wrong too.
He's upped his game, but again, I still want consistency. I want to see it throughout the season, like most players. Jorginho,
this season,
like most of these guys.
Yeah, she showed us last season.
I don't know if this is well known. There was a report on Twitter yesterday that came out that Tuchel has asked Marina to extend Thiago's contract for another year.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Wait, we need to talk about offering Rudiger that money, man. We need to offer Rudiger that money. We can't. I don't think we can. I don't want to lose Rudiger. Like his performances in world class.
Abramovich for that. I know him.
And AC yesterday was very good as well. AC, I think, is a AC Hive, but Lewis, I know you're gonna do that. But
didn't do shit that first half.
Like even that clearance, I think they cleared it into a box, and he did like a mini bike to clear it out. I think that was like he was solid, and he's been solid.
I think that's our best back three. Those three.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
I've been saying that's our best back three. Rudiger, Silva, Christensen.
Aspie's really good.
Yeah, I thought we were there for a while. Yeah, Aspie wing back. Then if he plays wing back, he can.
That should be played against them three. You know, Christensen, Rudiger, and Silva should be.
I do want to see Reece James against Man City though. I'm not gonna lie. And
no, you're going to see that same. You're going to see Aspie at right wing back against Man City.
Maybe.
Why?
I don't mind it, but I think Reece James the pace. He has more pace than Aspie. Aspie just he just ain't got the legs for it.
It's just
he has more legs at wing back than he does center back, because at wing back he can stay forward. He's got somebody to cover him. If he's playing center back and gets forward, he has to get back because he has nobody to cover him.
Why would you just play Reece James? I don't get it. Why?
Because
I think it's mental. I think because of his mental thing that happened during the week. I don't think that's.
Yeah, you got to run up and down. Just and a wing back, you still got to run up and down though. You still have to like run back and defend. You can't just sit up there like up the right wing most
Fullbacks
of the
are
time.
most physical possession to be on the field. Full
Yeah, I play fullback and I don't play wingback, but like you have to run up and down. Like it's no joke.
Fullbacks are most physical player, like most runners in the game. Always been my biggest thing. Like people have questions why Alonso doesn't cross to Lukaku. Did you notice he doesn't cross ball? And people saying like bring Chilwell. The reason why Alonso doesn't do it is because he's afraid to get cut out of possession. That will expose him. If he crosses the ball and he does not deliver with the pass, that means the defense will clear it back. That means that he has to run all the way back. That's why he's not crossing it.
He crossed quite a bit the other day, though. He crossed yesterday. He was crossing in quite a bit. It just
I don't know what you're watching. I haven't seen no crosses.
He did a lot of crosses.
I didn't really see much of Alonso crossing, to be honest. I may have missed it. I don't know. I didn't really see much. I thought Alonso did really well, though. I actually thought
he did 16. He did 16.
People were just like, why he's not crossing? Why he's not crossing? Because if he crosses and he doesn't pass it right, he will get exposed in that wing. That's why he's not crossing.
He runs on a treadmill.
Well, he did it 16 times. And Aspie didn't cross it once yesterday, and Alonso did it 16 times.
Again, deflection FC. I'm not talking about Aspie. I'm just talking about Alonso.
No, yeah,
I did not see Alonso cross 16 times.
You mean for corners?
Are you just including the corners? Because he took corners,
Yeah.
It's just a 16.
Are you on about corners?
It's just a 16. I don't know if it includes it or not. Probably does.
I may have missed if he did it once. I may have missed it. Pardon?
He
took a corner yesterday. He assisted Thiago Silva with a corner.
Yeah, from the
Did you not see it?
He's just inevitable, isn't he? Like he's that kind of guy.
Go look up who assisted Thiago Silva.
It's different. He says he has 10 corners. He said he took 10 corners and then took 16 crosses.
So it was 6 crosses from open play.
6 crosses from.
I don't really remember taking too many crosses.
I don't know. It says it in different stats, but I'm not sure.
I remember one.
Yeah, because
I think you're right, just though. I think it's 6.
Is Chilwell actually in trouble now? Is he actually really in trouble?
No. He'll start next year.
Chilwell has the same problem as Mount after the.
It's just depth.
Whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm getting it by Liverpool fans anyway at the moment.
He'll be on the bench now, and then once Alonso has a drop, Ben Chilwell will come into the side and it'll be his.
Yeah, Robertson.
I thought he was the best right back in the league. Oh my god, you've got what's his name? Talking about Reece James. Actually, I was saying now Reece James has got an overall better game than Trent, and they were like, he doesn't even get in the team. You got Aspie playing right wing back, blah blah blah. I was like, mate, shut up.
Yeah, we actually have depth on our team, and they got nothing.
Doesn't make him a bad player.
It's a joke.
You know what I mean? That's amateur, right?
Wait till Salah goes down.
I think
and see how far they fall.
I think Tuchel puts on the bigger games Aspie because of his presence at the game.
Yeah, he wants his captain on the field.
His one-on-one, and he doesn't lose his one-on-one. He doesn't lose his versus one-on-one.
He's very good at that. Yeah, he's very good.
I mean, you can't against Man City. Will you start James? Because we think that we're so good, we need the attack. Yes, but not for 90 minutes. 90 minutes is not just go attack, go attack, go attack. You know what I'm saying? So it's just Aspie was more 90 minutes player. Don't get me wrong, James will be there. He's still young, and Aspie still should
So
start.
wait, would we start Chilwell against City too, or would we just play?
No,
Alonso?
I think
when Alonso drops,
Chilwell will play on Wednesday. Alonso plays.
If Alonso plays, I think Aspie has to play. Aspie would have to play with Alonso then. I don't think it can be Reece James and then Alonso. I don't think they can.
I said that, because you can only have one side that's a defensive concern.
Yeah.
And
after Man City game, I can see Chilwell will play more and Aspie and James play more, because we actually have one of the toughest starts in the Premier League than other teams actually.
Yeah,
if you think about it, the only teams we didn't play is Man City and United. Some of them didn't.
I'm not really.
Think about we played Liverpool, right? We've played Arsenal, we've played Spurs, and we've now got Man City at home. We literally played 4 of these games already, and after Man City, our run is we should be winning. We should be winning the next.
And we're top of the league. And we're top of the league right now.
Yeah, and we took the league.
Yeah.
And we haven't considered a goal from a
He's
player.
looking
Don't
so
say
good.
that. I hate when people say shit like that. Like, we didn't consider goal. Just be quiet
we didn't.
and keep it.
I didn't consider goal though. That just shows how good our defense is though. That just shows how good our defense is.
I know that, but don't say it out loud. It's like me.
I think we'll
He's saying don't
but we'll
jinx
still
it.
win.
He's saying don't jinx it.
Okay. Well, it's us saying top of the table will jinx
You know
it.
what I do? I work in the medical field, and the most thing we hate is like, oh, it's such a nice quiet day. Fuck, we get overrun by all this immediately.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. We good.
We are good.
Yeah.
Are you guys fear? I don't even fear City either. The way we set up though is so good. I actually don't fear.
There's no reason to fear anybody, but there is reason to be cautious. But that's different. I don't fear anybody with the Chelsea side.
Yeah, they're gonna miss Rodrigo, Gundogan, Laporte, Stones.
Jeez. Wow.
Yeah, but they still.
I don't think Laporte is a big miss.
Well, they can put Cancelo as a left back as well. To be fair.
Who?
As long as we put Crosty on Jack Grealish, we're good, man. We got this. You know what I mean? We got this.
Yeah, no worry. Grealish is next up in the penitentiary. Don't worry, we move.
You know what's good about it? They don't have an actual proper striker either, and that's a good thing. Like I think they're gonna struggle like that this season.
I can see them struggling. Yes, I can see them struggling with that. I can see them struggling.
They drew 0-0 to Southampton. Like
Even
they
their
are struggling
build-up play
massively.
against Southampton was poor from the midfield.
I got a question. Does anybody have family in the Canary Islands or know anybody that lives in Canary Islands?
Canary Islands?
Yeah, off the coast of Africa. They're owned by Spain. It's a Spanish island chain.
Super Mount. Super.
Nah, I ain't got family there still.
I'm just asking because a volcano is going off there.
Oh.
And they've had to evacuate the island.
Oh, yeah, nah.
So,
yeah, I think Didier Drogba posted on Twitter yesterday. I think Didier Drogba posted on Twitter yesterday or something.
No, I haven't seen anything about it. This is the first I've heard of it, but
yeah, volcano.
Anyone in the Canary Islands, I hope all the best for the minute. But yeah, I don't know anyone there still.
Well, Lewis, you're worldwide. You know, you're known worldwide, so you might have some fans in Canary Islands. So.
Yeah, all you guys who are watching, if you're there or thereabouts, so you know anyone there, look after your loved ones in it and stay safe. But yeah, thankfully, like there's no one that really sticks in mind that I know from there. But I hope there's no one in there who's around there struggling.
Did anybody hear about Sane, that Liverpool fan? Because he said the drop down was
God. Oh, Sonny? Yeah.
Oh, no.
What? LFC Sonny. Yeah, no, he's a funny one. He's funny. I don't think
he has a haircut like Jams, like almost.
I was waiting for him to come on the terrace. He didn't come on.
He's so scared to come on.
He bought it. Don't worry, guys. He bought it yesterday.
It's more receipts for the and he's still
on Twitter. Hashtag Finding Sunny. Finding Sunny. Where is he?
It's a shame that I've only known about this guy after Liverpool Chelsea. It would have been great to have a discussion before the Liverpool.
You can't have a discussion with him. I've honestly had discussions with him in the past. He's actually serious. He means it as well. When he talks, he's very like he means it.
But that's the beauty in it. Yeah. Like he's genuine about the way that he thinks, so it would be a great discussion.
Do you know he said Chelsea are overrated? What does that even mean? I don't get that. What Chelsea are overrated?
Gem, with that, because with that clip, that I feel like he's a bit torn because he said Chelsea overrated. Tuchel isn't like compared to Klopp. Yeah, well, if he means it then, but then it makes no sense because like he can't compare to Klopp, but like Chelsea are overrated, not that good, so he still can't compare to Klopp. And then he also said we have no big name defenders. Like, has he forgotten Thiago Silva? I don't even know.
Money!
I think Thiago Silva going to PSG from AC Milan was a bad decision. Thiago Silva
money.
Because we all linked to him before AC Milan, before PSG actually. John Terry knows that.
What are you saying? Why have you been hacking my stream the last hour and a half?
Johnny,
can you hear us?
That sounds like Johnny talking, actually. Johnny, you can't hear you, mate.
Sound in the background.
Yeah, Johnny.
Whose kid is that?
It's Redneck's.
Redneck.
That's kids for you.
Agrees that Krusty's crap. That's what I want to hear.
Oh, Johnny's gone.
Oh,
He ain't got the
disappeared.
manuals.
Nah, he'll be on in a
Sorry.
minute or so. I'm guessing that was just a connection issue or
He saw
something.
Jester and Nick here and he thought, fuck that, I'm going, man.
I don't
When
know.
came in and did that
Did
back
anybody
line,
watch the Monster? Did anybody watch
Yeah, I
Monster
did.
stream yesterday? Did anybody
No, I
hear
didn't
that
see
some
it.
kid,
No, I didn't watch it.
some kid told me,
Oh, Class
you-
Riff?
yeah,
Class Riff. Yeah, he's an idiot.
Don't take him serious. Don't take him
no,
serious.
he actually threatened me. He said he's like, I don't have a boss. If you were in front of me, I'll smack you.
Imagine he threatened you. He didn't
Jesus
see you pull out that
Redneck,
shotty a
Redneck,
week
he
ago.
Bro,
actually
get
isn't bigger than you.
classified.
I actually seen him. There's actually a clip of him.
I don't care how big he is, man.
He's not bigger than you.
Bro, Redneck will absolutely
yeah.
destroy him.
I'm
You would-
41
can you hear
with 3
me?
kids. Why would
Yeah.
I?
Yeah, big up everyone, man. My reception's a bit.
Yeah, I can see.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's gonna be
It's
bad.
shaky.
Maybe it's for the best
Somebody
today.
flushed the toilet too.
Inconsistent Wi-Fi, like Mount.
Maybe your Wi-Fi's stopping you. You're having
Maybe
Johnny.
Wi-Fi is same as bad as his mount yesterday.
Oh, here we go.
I'm out. G, bro.
Money.
Money, baby,
hell?
money. Let's have it. Show me
Yes,
the money.
bro. What are
You
you
know what I'm
saying,
saying?
man?
Yes, Lewis. Yeah, big up geezer. Yeah, I'm good. Up the fucking Chelsea, man. You know what I mean?
It was a good game. It was a
Away
good
win,
performance.
3-0. It was a great performance. Great performance. Second half, really turned it on. Just completely, like I said on the terrace. I basically said this. That dipper come out and said, "Oh, Tuchel's going to walk into a council estate with Spurs, and we're going to get done." Yeah. Well, Tuchel came in, literally burnt the council estate down, and then pissed on the ashes, bruv. Because at the end of the day, yeah, this manager of ours, he's the best in the world right now. Honestly,
On form,
hand
yeah.
on heart, I'm saying that with
I
chest.
agree.
This guy is just unbelievable. He's unbelievable, man. He's instilled this mentality, this team spirit in the whole squad.
Yeah.
And it's like we're not defeated in any way. Spirit of champions. That's what makes champions. That's what helps you win the league, win titles. And I think Tuchel right now, he's got a lot of options. He's got more options than last season.
He has a lot of options, Johnny. Yeah.
It was necessary.
Johnny.
He did what was needed. You know what I'm saying? So I take all positives from the game. I think City are going to be very, very worried about us. Very, very worried. And how when he was first appointed, he said, "I want us to be the most feared team. I don't want teams to want to play against us." And right now,
Yeah.
he's achieved that. I mean, he achieved that back end of the Champions League campaign, but he's really cemented that agenda. Do you know what I'm saying? He's really, really doing it. And I'm buzzing from the result. I think I've always said it, and I'll say it again. I think we will win the title this year. I can't really see anyone else. I think United concern me a little bit because Ronaldo does dig them out.
Ronaldo's basically guaranteed
he
a goal a
keeps
game,
scoring.
but Ollie tax is too hefty.
Yeah, he always did that though when they were new.
Yeah.
Johnny,
He
I
actually
can't
might
lie.
save Ollie.
They were lucky.
But they did not play against nobody good yet.
Yeah, they haven't, and that's a good thing. They are struggling.
We played all
I'm
difficult
concerned.
sides right
I'm
now.
concerned about Man United more than tell you the truth, City and Liverpool. But at the same time, Man United did not play nobody yet. So
And they played at West Ham without Michael Antonio. Antonio would have, like, if you look at the games they played, they could have easily lost if it wasn't for De Gea. Like, I know Ronaldo's scoring, but
And
De
they
Gea,
messed up penalty.
like Wolves
Yeah, but
had
you know
so much
what?
chances.
With
Southampton,
Lukaku, it's the same thing with Lukaku. Like with Lukaku, you've always got every opposition, and us as fans to Chelsea. You feel like Lukaku can score at any moment. He's got that vibe about him, that confidence. And I think with Ronaldo, he gives United that. and they never had that last season. So that's why I'm slightly concerned.
And that winner's mentality.
I will. Yeah, he's up there winning their mentality by about 5% in their squad. But their DM roles, their midfield DM6 roles they're not good enough to go for a whole season. I don't think. I think they're more of a cup team. I know they bottled it against Young Boys, but I think they're more of a cup competition this season. I don't think they got it in them for the title. I don't think they have. I know they'll be close. They'll be up there, but I think City will be more dangerous because Liverpool
ain't got the depth.
Away
That's
from me.
the
I
thing.
think they're
They got Walcott as well with the donation. He said Liverpool's the biggest threat, same points, same goal difference. Quietly having a great year, but they haven't got the attacking or the midfield depth for me. So unless they drop out all of their cup competition,
Mane and Sane are going to be lost in the winter.
Yeah, AFCON. When they go to AFCON, they're going to drop a bunch of points.
And we're bursting them.
Johnny. One thing. Oh yeah. Also, GoAM also says, "Let's have it, Johnny." Wayne told me only balls Mason Milner is playing. Belong to Bald Rice. I feel like he's misspelt that one still.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Only balls
Boiled
Mason Milner is playing belong to Boiled Rice or something.
He's playing with Declan Rice's balls. Is what he said.
Oh, fucking hell! Oh,
sorry, I had to translate for you.
Thank you, bro. Much appreciated. But Johnny, a quick question.
Is that a Go AM classic? Yeah.
That's a Go AM classic. Johnny, quick question because I do want to ask because we've been speaking about this as well. Do you think Mount is burnt out? Because I can't lie, that first half performance wasn't saying much.
I don't think. You know what? I don't think he's.
Here we go.
I think he's tired from the Euros and being played in every game for the qualifiers. I don't think that's. If we didn't have the qualifiers, I don't think you have an issue. I think that's affected his fatigue slightly. But for me, it wasn't really a bad performance. I think for me, Tuchel just he wanted to just basically for me, the way I looked at the game was we were too easy in the middle and we were getting pressed on the back line and straight away on Jorginho and Kovacic, and the ball was just not sticking. It was very scrappy. So for me, I think I called Kante to come on. I was desperate for Kante to come on, and I was proved right in Kante coming on. I didn't expect Mount to be taken off.
Hold. Were you want Kante instead of Mount, or you want Kante instead of somebody else?
No, I didn't expect him to take Mount off. So I wanted Kante on probably for. I don't think he'd take Jorginho off. So probably for Kovacic because that's what he's done normally in the past. So that's what I was going on. Yeah. All right.
So I gotta go, folks. I gotta get ready for work. So big up yourself. We'll see y'all next time.
Bless, bro.
See you, Justin.
Take care of yourself, man. I hear what you're saying because we did struggle in the midfield, but that was only because of how quality Spurs were. I'm looking at individual performances, and I'm not going to just single out Mason Mount because I do think Kai Havertz was poor as well, but both of them were struggling in that game. Both of them were massive.
I would say this, right? The midfield was the issue. Credit to Spurs. They really, first 20 minutes, 25 minutes, they came at us really, really well and very strongly. All right.
High press,
Johnny.
And high pressed us.
What's that?
They high pressed us, Johnny, in the beginning.
Yeah.
No, I said that already. I said as well. They made the job very hard for us to do anything, to be honest.
Look, they came with a game plan, and you can arguably say that it worked for the first sort of half an hour. I think then we settled the ship a little bit, but we were still not controlling the game as much as we normally do. We were, like I said, it was very scrappy, a lot of heading and football tennis. It was just, there was no composure. The ball wasn't sticking. They were winning a lot of the 50-50s or second balls from what I saw. And that was very frustrating. But they really...
Come on, boys. I'll see you in a bit. Johnny, everyone, I'll see you later.
See you, Jim.
Up the Chelsea, up the Chelsea.
Kepa's more than 6 rating.
They compacted the midfield, and that's why Tuchel brought on Kante, because what Kante does is he's got pace, he's got his recovery is the best in the world, and he is I think he took a bit of the Sarri experience in this game. If you watched him, I felt like, because Sarri used to play him very forward, and I feel like he's taken that asset in his game and used it in this game. But he was predominantly in the midfield with Jorginho and Kovacic, which nullified Spurs. And then Spurs had no way of. Every time they tried to press us, we broke it every time. And that's credit to Kante, changed the game. Thiago Silva's goal changed the game. We just dominated in the second half, and that's really the real Chelsea that we know. I will say Kai Havertz, in my opinion, was poorer than Mason Mount. I didn't feel that he was doing anything right in that first half, and he was left on because, I don't know if anyone noticed, but Tuchel was screaming at him in German on the touchline, and it was loud. But he was.
Yeah, I heard that. I would not want to be on the end of that.
Yeah, he was proper going at him, man. He was going at him, and you know what? I love that. I love that, and I think that's what you want to see from your manager. You know what I mean? He brought the minerals to the squad. And
we can agree.
This ain't good enough.
But you got to agree that both of them were bad. They were bad games, though. You got to agree that they were bad. But we can still move from this. They still have a long time. But you got to agree, Mount was bad, worse, and probably worse than Havertz. You even mentioned last time, when Havertz came on quicker.
No. See, I won't agree with that. I won't agree that Mount was bad.
I know. Of course you won't. Yeah, I know.
He was below his standard. He was below his standard, but he wasn't the poorest on the pitch. All right.
But he was bad,
Let's have it right. He wasn't bad. All right. The problem was, is that our front line with the press and the recovery couldn't handle what Spurs were doing, and the only player that can deal with that is N'Golo Kante. All right. Now you cannot tell me that. Like, even Tuchel came out in his press conference. He never came out and said Mount was poor, so I took him off. All right.
Of course he's not going to say that, though. Of course
he did it. He kind of said it, though. He kind of said it in a way, though.
He
won't say that, though. It will drop his confidence.
Apart from Thiago Silva and Kepa, everyone else was not at the standard, at the level that he expected. All right, he didn't single out Mount.
The question was why you took out Mount. The question was you took out Mount, and he answered that.
I told you. I'm going to tell you what, he sacrificed Mount. Because he sacrificed an attacking forward player for a defensive player. That's what he did. All right. Now,
Havertz was worse. Why didn't he take out Havertz?
Because Havertz can play closer to Lukaku as like a second striker. Hence why he brought on Werner instead of an Odoi or a Ziyech. He brought on Timo Werner to play inside forward with Lukaku, so you can have the two up front when Kante's dropping in the midfield. That was the in-game management, and that's what people are misunderstanding. So they took off Mason Mount, who is not a false nine or striker-esque profile player. Kai Havertz is that to save you from making two substitutions. Because to be honest with you, he probably would have taken off Havertz and Mount. He put N'Golo Kante for Mount, and then he would have brought on Werner for Havertz. Because you saw when Werner came on in that two-striker system with Lukaku, with N'Golo Kante and Jovicic, it worked.
I guarantee you, if you ask Mount if he had a good game, he'll say no. He had a bad game. He'll be the first. He would be the first to admit he was not on his.
He would admit to it.
Mount is never happy. He always thinks he can do better because that's the character he is, right? But for when I hear slander and shit and people calling him out, right? When there was 6 to 7 players on that pitch in that first half who were all not.
But we're not talking about them, though.
We're just saying. No. But I'm saying to you lot, yeah, all right, is you want to come at Mount, say he was shit. Fair play to you. I don't agree with it. I don't think he was the worst player on the pitch, but he was sacrificed for the defensive aspect of our midfield to give us reinforcements, and that's all I've got to say on it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? let's get things straight. It's your opinion about it. That's your opinion about it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna change my opinion, am I?
Yeah,
that's what I believe, mate.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I'm saying. No, Nobody's trying to change your
But I'll
opinion.
back Mount. I ain't having bullshit slander, mate. I'm not having that.
But no,
But Johnny,
I
facts
see
over
what you're saying.
opinions. Facts over
I saw the
opinions.
guy.
There's no
on the
facts here, bro. There's
I
no
saw
facts
the
here, bro.
guy
I've just
on the
explained the facts.
Twitter saying Mason
That he was
out.
sacrificed. He
That's
wasn't
not what it is.
sacrificed.
He was taken off. This is what I'm saying. You don't
No,
listen
no,
to
no.
what I'm
Yes,
saying, do you?
yeah, but
Johnny,
again,
What did I say?
I
What
listened
did
to
I
him
say?
every single
What-
that he was
what-
replaced, so
what-
Kante
Just
could
for
come
what
in
you-
and create a more of
Right,
attacking
right. So
option, even
why
though he
did
sacrificed.
he not?
I
Why
did.
did he not? Hold on. If it wasn't a midfield issue, right, and you don't want to do it for defensive reasons, why didn't he bring on Ziyech for Mount or Hudson-Odoi?
Because
Explain
Because
to
he was
me.
just
and
in bad form.
Hudson-Odoi
Why would you
are
bring on
worse.
No, he's
Hudson-Odoi?
not. No, he's not. It's not about bad form. It's about replacing a like-for-like attacking player with attack player. Tuchel didn't do that. He wanted a defensive player in that attacking role. That's why he did it.
You know
And
what it is.
He weren't going to
You
take
know what
off
it
Kai
is.
Havertz because I've just explained to you
He
can play
just
close to
can't let it go.
Lukaku. What don't
It's
you
like
get with that?
Johnny. It's like you don't want to believe Mount has a bad game, so you try to figure out, okay, what can I say to justify
I ain't
the
figuring.
fact that he's taken out.
I'm not
So
figuring out
did Mount have a
anything.
good game? Did Mount have
He
a good
was
game?
in the first half. He was decent. That's all I would say.
Oh
He was
my
decent,
God!
bro.
All right, we're
You know what I'm
done.
saying? He had the best chance in
Okay,
the first half. No one else did nothing.
and he messed it. He messed it
Yeah,
up.
He
absolutely
didn't mess it
shocked
up,
that.
bruv. He didn't mess it up. Do you know how many players he had around him? It was the pass to Lukaku that was a little bit
And
behind. All right,
a poor
that was it.
pass, and
That was the poor
a
pass.
poor pass,
So
and he had a
all right,
chance.
all right.
It was a poor
So
pass,
in
right?
that fact, so this is where the
It
agenda
was it a
lies.
poor
Yeah,
pass?
all right.
Was it a poor
This is
pass
where
or not?
Shavi, this is where I'm going to back the fact that you lot got an agenda, because you didn't tell me once. No one's come out and said to me in that first half that Lukaku and Havertz made misplaced passes and shit passes.
We're not
But no one's
No one's
talking
come
talking
out.
about
about
that.
them
We're not
right
talking about that.
now.
Nobody
Oh,
had
We
that
were
good of a
talking about
chance.
it 45 minutes
Nobody
ago.
had
Now.
that good of
you
a chance
ask
10
me,
minutes
Because you
past
come
it.
in here and you talk
if
about
you
Mount every
ask
time. So
me,
what's wrong
did
with you?
Havertz have a good game? I will tell you he had a bad game, and I tell you he would mess up a
Of course,
shot.
of course.
But
But
we're
we're not going to
talking about
scrutinize
Mount.
those, are we? We're going to talk about Mount.
No, because
Well,
it's just
I'm telling you that.
we can admit when players have a bad game, and you can't.
Listen.
This is the
Out of
problem.
Kai Havertz and Mason Mount, who was the better player in that first half?
Bro, you ask me between shit. You ask me between shit and shit. Like,
See,
do I want better shit?
See, that's the kind of response that aggravates me and pisses me off, because you're saying shit, right? But the actual
They were both
constructive
bad,
answer,
bro.
the constructive answer is Mason Mount gave us the best opportunity to go 1-0 up when we weren't playing well, and Kai Havertz, nothing
He
stuck
actually
in him
messed
in
up
that
the
first half.
opportunity, you know,
And
right?
it wasn't
He actually messed up the
Tuchel.
opportunity.
It wasn't a mess up, bruv.
Kai
It
Havertz
was
did not have that good of opportunity to pass it to
Kai
Lukaku.
Havertz. Right, listen.
And,
I'm not
Mount
going to use Kai Havertz, right, to defend Mount. But when you ask me, yeah, all right, that Mason Mount is the worst player in that front line to be taken off, just to be taken off, you're crackers, because Havertz was worse. So if you're going to go on who was the worst player on that front line, it wasn't Mason Mount. Let's have it right. And secondly,
I'm not agreeing with you.
No. Well, I don't care if you don't agree.
And I
Let
don't
me
give a
land,
crap
yeah?
if you do what you're
All
saying.
right. But you cannot deny to me. Because if you do, you're being silly. If you're denying to me that Mason Mount was taken off for a defensive substitution, all right, then I don't know what to tell you if you're going to disagree.
I think Tuchel. Hold on. I think Tuchel is getting very. He's seeing that Mount. I don't know. Something is wrong and something is off, and
I'll tell you
he's
what the
getting.
issue is,
it.
yeah? The issue
reason
is
why
that
he
Mason
put
Mount,
Kante, because Kante
the
is
issue
the
is
best,
Mason Mount
is the
and
best
Kai
player
Havertz
on the bench he has.
were started because they're the only two players that have played with Lukaku enough. They have still not gelled with Lukaku because he's new to the team.
Yep, that's
And
right.
that's a
Exactly.
fact.
But no one's.
That's a fact.
Yes, but we're not. And he still has time. He still has so much time to
But you
develop.
can't
Yes, he's
tell
going to be
me he
doing
was
everything.
sub because
But
he was the
he
worst player,
didn't.
bruv.
But
You
he
can't
didn't
tell me
have a
that.
good
I'm not
performance.
accepting
But then,
that.
Johnny, I know it's your
I'm not
opinion. I'm just
accepting
making my point right now. I mean,
No,
but
no,
it's like,
my
listen.
opinion-
Can you
my
listen?
opinion's
You gotta
true,
let
mate.
other people
My
talk,
opinion's
bro.
true,
You gotta
bro.
let other people talk. 'Cause you
Yeah,
talk all the
but
time.
you're
Let me
disregarding
talk.
the
Let me
fact.
talk. Let me
You're
talk. Let me talk
disregarding,
real
bruv.
quick. Can I talk real quick? It's like, all right, you know me. This is the one thing I have with Mount. Like, I agree
You've
that
always
he
had an
works
issue with
hard.
Mount.
His offensive third. I've had an issue with. So I'm really not shocked that he messed that pass up and he messed that goal up. Like it's something.
Do you know what? Yeah.
Can you
Do know what
listen, bro?
messing-
Can
do
you
know what
listen?
messing a pass is?
I'm trying.
When it doesn't even make
Johnny,
the fucking
Let me
pass.
land.
Johnny,
Let me
Johnny,
land, bro.
That
Let me
pass
land.
mess him
Johnny.
up, bro.
This is
Johnny,
why
let
beef
him
happens
land.
here,
The,
bro.
the,
This is why the
let him
beef
land.
steering
happens.
is a joke.
Johnny,
Let me land. Let me
Johnny,
land.
let him land, please.
All
Let him
right.
land.
So he like that final third. Okay, scrap that right now, right? The other sides of his game that we say he offers, like the work rate and the possession. He was even bad in possession yesterday.
He missed pass to
I don't agree, bruv. Honestly, I do not agree with
And
you.
that's your opinion, bro. But I'm just stating.
Yeah,
Like I
but you
respect your
see, I
opinion.
disagree with that opinion, right? And you're going to scrutinize and say such a shit pass, right? A poor pass when the pass made Lukaku's feet and allowed Lukaku to play the ball
Oh
back.
my
So it's
God.
not really.
He had to play the. That's what he had to do.
What
He
was the
played it
best ball
behind
to
him,
make?
bro.
That was the best ball to make. Of course it
You
was.
play the ball on the person's stride so he could shoot the ball in the net.
You know
You
what?
don't
Yeah.
play
Do you
it
know what?
behind
Yeah.
the
Do you know what?
person.
Yeah. Do you know what? Right. When you say to me, Mount is final third, right? I'm not having it. Honestly, I'm not gonna have it because the
It's
final third,
inconsistent.
all last season, yeah, his final third, not a problem. Now this kid, yeah, is 22 years old. He's not even had a pre-season. He's just about had a holiday, and that is it. That is all he's had. Everyone else hasn't played a full Euros in our squad apart from Jorginho, and that is the fact. All right.
Yep.
So
Yes,
Jorginho,
and the
Jorginho and Mason
streams,
Mount are the only
and the
ones that have
previous
played
streams,
full
you said
campaigns
that he
and
does
had
not
not
have
enough
to have
rest.
a break.
Rudiger played a
So
full
you agree
campaign.
he needs
Oh
to
no,
be
but
No, he
he's done on
didn't.
top
He
of that.
didn't. It was only Jorginho and Mount.
You agree he needs rest then?
I think it's a balance of rest as well. I think there's. Listen, yesterday, like I said to you, was a
Does
tactical.
he start
It was a
against?
tactical substitution.
Yeah,
What don't
but
you understand with that?
okay, I understand what you're saying. I just think I don't agree with it, and that's it.
How can you not agree it's a tactical
Because
substitution?
because you
How can
saying
you not
it does
agree with
not
that?
make a
But
because
tactical or not, he still didn't perform
because
though.
you
Tactical or
saying
not, he
it
didn't
Bruv,
perform in that
do
first half.
you know what?
you
Yeah, I'm talking
saying
to
it,
brick
it
wall.
doesn't make change
You
my
literally
mind.
talking to a brick wall, bruv.
Exactly,
Oh
that's how
my
we
God.
feel.
You are the brick wall,
Exactly.
I ain't
Johnny.
no
Exactly.
brick
There's
You
wall,
three
got
of
bruv.
us here.
you got
Three
like
of
Alright,
us here saying
do
the
everybody.
you know
same
what? Yeah,
thing.
do you
Listen,
know what? Yeah,
if
I'll talk
20, if
baby
like
language for
100
you. Yeah,
people,
I'm gonna talk baby language for you. Yeah, let's have it right. Baby language. I'm gonna do gaga goo goo for you
Can
lot.
I
You don't
no?
fucking
Can I
understand,
finish
yeah?
my sentence?
Right,
I'll
Oh
I'm
start
gonna
my
it.
say,
God.
like 100 people
it,
disagree
bruv.
with you, and
The
you the
I don't
only
whole
one
give
that
a
has
chat
shit,
that.
does not
bruv.
agree
I
with
don't
you.
care,
So then
bruv.
don't call us brick walls when you're not
You are
listening. The
brick
whole
walls. I'll
chat
tell you
does
why,
not
yeah?
agree with
Because
you.
I've spoken to
Here we
other
go.
people about
Beef
it, yeah?
again. I
I've
can't be
spoken to
bothered
other
for
people
it.
about
Where's the
it,
other
and
people in the chat?
they all
Where's
admit
everyone in the chat?
I've spoken to people in the game, bruv, yeah, that substitution was for a defensive reason, not an attacking reason.
Okay.
It worked
Besides the
attackingly,
substitution,
but it
he
was a
still didn't
defensive
perform.
reason. And you're telling me, yeah, that you're going to take off Kai Havertz, right? Think about the formation, yeah, in the game. Who can play next to Lukaku better than? Can Mount play next to Lukaku
No
like
one's.
a
I'm not
striker?
even talking about the substitution. I'm
I
just
know
saying
Mount
deflecting a
can't. I know.
substitution.
Listen.
I.
Stop interrupting, bruv. Right?
Yeah, but I'm talking. You come into to me. Don't wait.
Bruv,
Interrupt me.
I'm
You do the
talking. You're
same
fucking
thing,
talking
I'm
over
Johnny.
literally.
me,
I'm
bruv.
talking. Don't interrupt me. No,
You're
don't say I'm
talking,
interrupting
bruv.
you. I
Bruv,
was
you
talking, and then
keep
you came over
fucking
me.
talking,
All right,
man.
go,
Just shut
go,
up and let
go,
me speak,
go.
man.
Fucking
All right?
man.
Yeah? You gonna carry on? You wanna talk now?
Go. I said you go. I'm being a gentleman here. I'm being the man. Go. And I'm the
You're the
kid here.
man, are
I'm
ya?
being a man. I'm the
What? Why
kid
you?
here, and
Oh
Why
my
you?
God,
Why you
guys,
I'm the
nitpicking
kid
me?
here.
Yeah?
I'm
calm
the
Why you
kid here,
down.
nitpicking
and I'm
while I
being a
was
man.
speaking? You were being a
I'm the
man.
kid here.
I beg we
I'm the
don't
kid,
beef
and I'm being a
again.
man.
Guys,
Piss,
come
mate.
on, man. Fuck it up.
I'm a kid, and I'm being the man here.
You ain't no kid, bruv. Yeah? You're a man all of a sudden.
Johnny, just leave it up.
Yeah, I'm a
You're a
Johnny,
man,
man now.
innit?
I'm a man.
leave it,
You're a
bro.
big boy,
I'm
Leave
a
innit?
it.
You're a
man.
big boy.
Johnny, why does every
big
time we
man.
disagree about Mount, you end up going at
Bruv, I
somebody?
was in the
Like,
middle of a fucking sentence and the guy's nitpicking. That's why I'm pissed
Oh my
off.
god, you do that 80% of the time, every
Johnny,
time. But I said go. I said
Lewis,
go,
was
and you
I
want to
not
speak a fine.
speaking before this geezer started nitpicking me? Was
Oh
I
my
not
I
speaking?
was
I hear
talking
you,
Was
but
I
before
not
when you were
I can't
talking to
lie.
speaking?
me.
Everyone
So,
I was
gets
so,
talking when you were talking to
so
me.
be a fucking man, bruv, and shut
Johnny,
up, yeah?
I'm the
Johnny,
One
man.
second, bruv.
Johnny. Less of the aggression, please. Just land.
All right? You cannot tell me that Kai Havertz is not better to play next to Lukaku when it's a two-striker. In the game, a two striker formation, he's better equipped than Mason Mount, and that's a fact. All right, because I know how Mason Mount plays. He doesn't play. So Werner and Kai Havertz are the best to do that. All right, that's why Kai Havertz.
Whoops.
This is what
Guys,
peace sounds like for a little bit.
Don't talk, guys. Hey, don't interrupt. Shh.
No, he's gone.
Shh. You can't
I think the
interrupt him.
connection's faded.
Nah, don't interrupt
That
him,
must
guys.
have been God.
He has to finish.
Hold on.
Shh.
In 3, 2.
Shh, guys. Don't interrupt him.
Is it too late to say
Damn, this connection's
something?
probably
This connection's gone.
All right, you know what? I need to head out anyway.
Hold on. My parents told me there's nothing more stronger than a mind made up, and like I never believed it was so true until I met Johnny.
So what I was saying, before I got cut off, what I was saying, before you start taking a piss, all right, is that Kai Havertz is the best equipped to play in a 2-striker formation with the players on field. Do you agree or disagree?
No, Timo Werner.
Right.
Two-man formation.
That shows your ball knowledge.
In a 2 up top.
In the 2 up top, is Kai Havertz more equipped than Mason Mount?
Yes.
Right.
I've got a reason, like Johnny. I've got a reason
for
why.
crying out loud, bruv.
Let's concentrate.
I've got a different reason. Like, probably they both were shit. Havertz and Mount both were shit. But
shut up. What the fuck?
Like, listen, the reason Mount got subbed was we are not Liverpool. We are not a selfish team. When Mount got a chance, we passed it to Havertz. He passed backward to Lukaku so he could get the ball back. We are not Sane, Salah, and Firmino. We are a team game, and that pissed Tuchel off. He could have taken Havertz off before Mount, but Mount was being very selfish.
This is why I can't listen, bruv. Honestly, Klasrev, just keep
Klasrev
quiet
with the facts. Let's go.
That's a fantastic point.
Right.
Big up Reggie Fort saying
I'll tell you the facts, I'll tell you the
One
facts.
sec, bro. Give up Reggie Fort saying Kim Jong Johnny is actually a mental case. Wow. Big up Rokar also saying right now Mason Mount is best equipped to sit on the bench. Go on, Johnny. What were you going to say?
Right.
Bro?
So we agree, Well, Lewis agrees. I don't know about you lot, mate, but Kai Havertz is better in a 2-striker formation than Mason Mount. Yeah, do you all agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah. Wait, can't. Yeah. But,
no. This is where you got to be a. Yeah, there you go. You're learning.
Forget you're the man.
Go on.
Right. So that's strike 1. Strike 2 is if he wants to take Havertz off, right, and bring Kante on, he can't do that, right? So
why he can't bring Timo Werner instead of Havertz?
Are you really going to ask me that question?
Yes.
You're going to ask me that question after what I've just said. You're going to ask me that question.
Yes. Why?
Right, so you're going to leave Mount on and bring on Werner for Havertz. Yeah, is that what you're going to do?
No, I was going to say why not bring Kante and Timo Werner?
So let me finish. I'm
going
to finish now. Yeah. So. Right, are you ready? Yeah?
Yeah, go on, because I've got to leave in 5 minutes.
Good.
I've got to leave in 5.
Right, so Kai Havertz agreed is the best with Lukaku up front in 2-striker formation, right? So instead of Tuchel making 2 substitutions at half-time, leaving 1 sub for the whole second half, right? He took off Mason Mount to put Kante on. If he didn't do that, he would have had to take off, leave Mount on, and put on Werner, like I said, and you're still going to have the front 3, but it's not defensive enough. So he's taken off Kante, he's taken off Mount for Kante, right? And he's still left with 2 substitutions. So the first 20 minutes of the second half, he left Kai Havertz on, and then you saw a like-for-like substitution of inside forward roles, and he took off Havertz for Werner, right? That is why he took off Mount first, because Kai Havertz was the poorer out of the two in that first half. Now, if you cannot understand that and respect that is the tactical decision by Tuchel, because he wanted a defensive mindset, because we're getting over in the middle of the park, I don't know what to explain to you,
But
mate.
Kante was playing in attack more of the time. He was playing attack. He was playing better
He
attack.
was playing
Now,
both roles.
So
He was playing both roles with his
No,
Johnny,
he
you
was
finished?
his main concern's recovery,
He was
bro.
switching with
Johnny,
Kovacic
can I
was
answer
going
you?
down,
Can I answer you?
and then the Kante was going. So they were
Johnny,
switching the job of Mount.
Johnny, you said the reason why he did it. You did not want it to have a waste of two substitutions
No,
at
he
the
didn't.
halftime.
No, he
No,
didn't.
stop. Now let me talk. Let the real man talk. Now, so you said this. If you want to waste two substitutions at the halftime, you do not substitute two people. That's what you said. And Kante came for Mount and for the at the halftime, and after that, it only took 20 minutes for Warner to come out. Why is that?
Because Havertz was tired, and he took him off, and he
Oh,
did a like
geez.
for like. He did for a like for like substitution, right? So you could still play when Kante drops in, right? This is how I know your ball knowledge ain't up to scratch, mate. Is that when your Kante's in the middle with making a 3-man midfield to stop Tottenham, Kai Havertz or Werner are closer to Lukaku. They're close together in a 2-strike formation. And when we break forward, then you create the front three within the game. That's ball knowledge, son. That's minerals.
Lewis, can I have 1 point before you leave?
Go on.
My question is like, why do we even need an attacking Mount? Lukaku has scored 4 goals, and
So we
none
won
of
the
the
Champions
goals.
League, Klasrev, mate. That's why.
Can I talk like Johnny? Like, I
Go
don't
on.
just
Go
be
on.
respectful, man. Like, Lukaku have scored 4 goals, and all of the 4 goals have came from defenders and wingers. So why do we even need Mount?
As an attacking role, you're saying, not in the we need
Exactly,
Mount, but
yeah.
not as an attacking role. No, I agree. I think he should play his position as an 8.
Until Mount
not playing
and
that 10.
Havertz start assisting Lukaku, I don't see their like existing in our starting 11, and we have a Saul also in there. So it's
All right,
it's
Lewis, I'm out.
Kovacic,
Let's
Saul,
go.
See you guys.
Jorginho, and the other guy.
Faful, congratulations on the graduation, man. By the way, is that the university or high school?
Yeah, university.
See you, mate.
It's funny how it went quiet, isn't it?
No, it's just
What? Because we're having a civil conversation.
No, it's because I shut you all up. That's what it was.
No,
mate.
because when we're having a civil conversation,
can't
we
disagree
don't
with
just
what I
screen.
said,
Bro, you didn't
can't
shut
disagree.
people up.
And this is
They
again, this
just
is what he does
And
again.
if you do
This is
disagree,
again.
then I know
He's
your
doing
ball
again.
knowledge is piss poor.
like
Doing again.
nothing gets past your mind that you don't like.
I
You
just spat
can't see your
facts, mate.
purpose
And the fact that you
arguing.
cannot
Just because we're having a
is the
classic,
agenda, bruv. Stinky agenda,
Lewis,
mate.
Classic was
Anyway,
Classic
All right,
was
Lewis,
explaining
let's
it.
wrap it up. Let's wrap it
He
up.
doesn't listen. Classic was
Let's
speaking
wrap it
about
up.
it, and then Alex did interrupt about it. So we
Before
were
that,
still
you
talking
went
about
piss
it.
quiet, mate. So let's have
No, we were still talking because that's a civil
You did
conversation.
talk shit, bruv.
See how we're not screaming?
You
It's a
did
civil
Johnny's so
conversation.
focused.
You
Yeah.
don't know
No,
ball,
opinions
mate.
over
You
facts.
do not
That's
know
the
ball,
thing.
mate. You are a kid 'cause
90%
you
of the
don't know
chat,
ball, innit?
yeah,
Yeah,
90% of the chat does not agree with you. But yeah,
I don't give a shit what
keep
the
going.
chat thinks, man.
Yeah, you have
I don't give a
exactly.
shit.
You don't need to care, but don't get angry when I don't listen.
Bruv, the fact that you do not agree with those tactical points that I made says everything I
wasn't
need
even
to know
talking
about your ball
tactical.
knowledge, bruv.
I was just
We're
saying.
not,
I was
but
just
we're
saying.
not talking about the
Mount did
tactical
not have a
points,
good game.
So
bro.
when
I
it's
wasn't even
time to
talking about
agree,
the
yeah, when it's
substitution.
time to agree, you don't agree, but you will have to disagree.
Right.
False.
Well,
False, bruv.
guys,
False, mate.
there's been
And the broadcast.
Johnny.
Fake
amazing stream
minerals, you lot,
as
mate.
always.
Yeah.
We are gonna wrap up the stream here because I need to head out. There's WWE in the O2 Arena, and I'm heading over there.
Oh,
Big up
really?
everyone that's locked
What's today?
Yeah.
Big up Lewis, mate. Big up to you.
You know.
Big up Johnny, my G, as always. Big up everyone that's locked in. Big up the panel. Big up everyone. I'll see you guys. Tomorrow's going to be what? Aston Villa and the Cup previews. That's going to be an interesting stream, isn't it? But yeah. Big up everyone that's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button. And we are out. I need some alcohol.